Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode with us, Ginton Dice. So please, why don't you go ahead and grab a chair, get a drink, sit back and relax as you watch us, a bunch of nerdy friends who sit at a virtual
Ah!
table to play Dungeons and Dragons and wrestle dogs and find out that a lot of our money is missing and we would have no idea how much is in there.
Also
Oh
OGL.
my.
No, I
So
don't
that
have
means-
the bottom number, but I have the total. If you want the total, Braden.
I don't think I added my money to the total amount when we
That
divided
makes it
out.
harder.
Yep.
Because we did put some in the total when we first started.
You have the calculations still from last time?
Yeah, 407 gold. I don't have the silver, but it was a lot.
Because
Hmm.
I think I had 300 gold, and then I added the 400, so I should have 700 gold in there.
So yes, we are
407 was gold.
definitely
So
suffering
814.
here.
1,100.
How is the bank?
1367 silver.
The tax man came and collected, if you guys was not aware.
I kept the 67
So-
out.
Apparently,
The 1300
apparently our
I left.
kobold and the goblin didn't pay their taxes, so now all their money is gone.
Oh gosh, the IRS got him. They got him.
Does the
I
total?
can't, I
does the
can't
total
edit the
even
bag
matter?
of holding anymore either.
Can I?
I'll
We'll,
take the total matter.
I
we'll,
should be
we'll
able to do it.
figure we'll figure it out when we get a little bit to that point. You guys.
I mean, I can see what
I
see what
can't
in
either.
cargo, and crew is at least the items in it.
Yeah, I see the items.
Yeah, so I would be unaware why only the gold would be affected.
But why is it suddenly sort of like it sort of
Well,
became a
we had it
character sheet?
inside of crew instead.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest. This is the first time I ever look at this at the bag of holding.
Yeah, same here.
That's what I
Like,
was
you guys-
doing.
You guys say you put stuff in here, and I'm just like, okay. I don't even
Nobody
look at
ever
it.
put anything in but us two.
Yeah.
We'll do clearance money for the next one.
Well,
How do you want to do
anywho,
the total, Garbu?
as they figured
we don't
that
need the
out,
total, I don't think.
Yeah.
why don't we jump into tonight's episode? As we last left off, you guys went back to the fortress after receiving the go ahead from your boss and Sepharis, whatever her name is. I don't pronounce my own people correctly.
As per-
While she was angry, but she did tell you guys to go ahead. So you guys left, quickly traveling there since you kind of remember and know where the location's at, and met with your old friend the Goliath, who advised that there was a separate room that he did not want people going in. He's already went through some of the horde that was there and took things that he knew actually belonged to certain people, and he wanted to return those. But he said he would have to come back with his own little squad, if you will, so that they can actually carry the materials and whatnot. He thanked you guys for, helping him get released or free, and went on his way. You guys looked around with Elise. You went talking to, once again, what is her name? Ola? Yeah, I was right. And just having a little conversation when she did showcase the necklace that belongs to Lady Kaya, which was used as the bargaining tool for this curse that seems to be going on. And so clearly, the fake Amam, which you guys picked up a name, unsure if it's his real or not, of Axel. He obviously made a deal with Ola, and how far this deal has gone, who knows the extent. while Aeth, you had a bloodbath. The other two, Claire and Sangarbu, you guys continued investigating, finding most of the materials that were there. After you picked up the amount that you guys investigated for, went back to the city, where the fake mom was already in House Mayor visiting Lady Kaya. Seems as trying to make sure she's okay, as House Mayor is under an extreme high alert to make sure nothing happens again, since there is a wedding ceremony the 17th, if I'm correct. Yeah, so 2 more days. Some of you chatted with the real Imam, trying to convince him everything will work out, but him being defeated in this aspect.
Fucking Deborah Downey.
Debbie Downer.
Doesn't seem there's much more to go on. After you guys had a decent conversation, headed back to, or at least in the process of what's going back to the tavern. Elise, on the other hand, was trying multiple ways to potentially stop the fake Imam in some ways. And one of the plans to lure him to the side of the manor, not all the way to the side, but a side, and with a good charm, got him to lead away from his men and out to the front, where he is now currently tied up, and is waiting for the rest of you guys to come back and meet outside of the city gates. And I'm going to say this is not like, you went miles and miles outside, but you went a decent enough not to be like right at the front area.
Hello,
and
guys, don't mind me
Actress!
tying this person down.
And
the
it-
road.
Actress!
and
Fire!
again, there's not gates, as it's a open walled town, but there is patrols here and there. But nevertheless, you're not, again, exactly like right next door to the city or the town, whatever. And that is where we're going to pick up. So,
I think the important part to not forget in the recap is that whilst they were busy having a conversation, Elise was fuck this shit, I'm gonna do something. And she didn't say anything about the deal. She knows about the deal, she said nothing to the rest of the party, she just went off alone to do shit.
as Elise continued to follow in on what would seem as more of a solo act, and maybe proving what she was told to be correct in the first place. But
Chaos.
until later, we will find out. So, Elise, you're still wielding the spear with your eyes glowing white. It's been a few minutes as you're waiting for the party to come out and meet you where you're at. I'm going to say at this time, like, the trauma is worn off, but he's just kind of sitting, like, it just wore off. And he's just kind of, like, looking around. He's just, well, isn't this interesting?
He's
I was-
gagged.
Oh, he can't speak either?
Yeah, he was gagged, I gagged him.
Okay. Well, then he won't say anything.
Will he make an attempt to say anything? Just trying to make an attempt.
I mean, if he knows, clearly that he's gagged and he won't be able to say, he won't say anything. He'll just sit there and he'll just, as he just watches you and just
At least just sit there cross-legged. For a minute.
examining. So, after a good bit of time,
I will, like, on the way, as, like, now we're sitting there. Oh, wait. Okay. For some reason, my first level spell wasn't used last time. It's used there. For the jokes, because for the hell of it, whilst I'm waiting, I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna cast Champ Person again, so you can make another Wisdom save. See if it takes hold again.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Mm,
Because why not, right?
okay.
Nah,
Not sure
why not?
this doesn't.
Hey, if you have spell slots, might as well use them.
I wouldn't know. I only have 2.
Same.
All right, so wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, boy.
Wisdom saving throw. Does he have advantage by chance?
I don't think so. Like, he didn't have last time.
Do you want to give him advantage by chance?
Would,
No,
would
I want.
he
I'll give
consider?
him this.
Would he consider her hostile?
He would consider her a very great friend. I'd say. A 13.
No, that doesn't succeed.
Fail!
Yeah.
What's
Fail.
your DC right now?
My DC is 16.
16.
That's
Because I
why.
have 20. I have 20 wisdom. That's why.
So. No,
So he fails it?
he fails it and wants to get charmed.
Like
For an
Elise,
hour.
Elise like strolls over, pulls off the gag a little bit. So, friend, I heard you made this mighty fine deal. How did that deal work out for you so far?
And what deal is that? I've made plenty of deals.
Oh, the one where you swap bodies and royalty, I suppose.
Well, it has its ups and downs, but it's worth its price.
That's fun. I mean, I kind of like all this deal making, and I've seen a lot of people make deals, and apparently I made deals in other lives as well, which is kind of funny. But right now, the only thing that I want to see is chaos, and I think a little bit of chaos is always fun, right?
It is when you're on the side of bringing it, but if you're the side receiving it, it's never that easy or fun.
No, I suppose. I mean, I've had to deal with my own set of losses, I suppose, but... Did you have fun talking to the hag? I mean, I think she's quite funny.
I couldn't care less.
Bit intense, though.
When you've stared at death, you tend to not be afraid of much anything else.
How did you even come across her?
Pure luck, chance, I don't know. Just happened in my favor.
So is it like, do you really like the girl, or is that just a means to an end?
It means to change my life. I'm tired of being in the slums. I'm tired of being pushed around. Finally, I had a chance to be on the other side.
Why not the father? Isn't like the father the more powerful one? Or were you like, or did you want a young body, I suppose?
Well, would you want to switch with somebody who's probably close to death?
I mean, yeah, I guess for me as an elf, it's a bit of a interesting situation since I have so much more time than you have.
True.
Like, time for me is a bit relative. I mean, even if I would swap, for example, with my father, I would still have like hundreds of years to live.
And that's just a benefit that you have, that not others are even close to being blessed with. How would you consider that fair?
Have
Do
you sort of
you
dealt...
look down on other people who don't have your gift?
No, not at all. I mean, just because you live longer doesn't mean you're worth more. I mean, I think the problem with living so long is that you tend to not take each day for what it's worth, and you just go like, but I have another 10,000 to go, you know.
Well,
I get you.
I just was never lucky. No matter how hard I tried. I even tried For those that want to say doing the right thing, oh, I was there. Still got me nothing. Still led me down to the sewers, eating people's trash just to survive.
Yeah, that's rough. But have you ever thought about like the life that you're affecting in return, right? By swapping, or did you just not care? We're like really like bitter, and we're like, I don't care who I fuck over. I just want a better life.
There's an opportunity here to make something more, and I chose to take it.
Don't you really like? Don't you know? Like, don't you do you like the actual terms of your deal? Like knowing that it can be that you can lose it so easily.
He kind of ponders for a second. The deals are the funny thing, especially this one.
I mean, I suppose when you have nothing to lose, it doesn't really matter what terms you take it on, right?
Yeah, I guess. The things I had to sacrifice, I was willing to make.
I mean, yeah. Like I could see from your previous body that you didn't have that you got dealt a really poor hand in life.
No family, no friends. Poor is probably not even the closest thing I would think about when it comes to dealing hands. I was dealt with nothing. Imagine that going into a game with not even being able to draw a single card.
You know what? I like chaos, but I also like to be fair, I suppose, in a way. And I'm more like the problem is when you know enough, you can sort of change the game. The question I have for you is like, if you would you be willing to give up what you have now willingly, but then also still get a lot of what you want in return, so that you both can win, and no one has to lose. Because right now one of you is winning and the other one is losing really hard. The thing is, like, if we can make a deal, you can. Well, I would say not a deal so much. It's more like a promise. It's like, what if you give the body back and we make sure that you get a better life?
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. I still have one cosmic omen left. Don't fuck me.
I'm also going to say,
Oh, whoops.
well,
I wrote twice. Accident.
well, hold on, let me finish.
Yeah, I pressed and it didn't register, so I rolled
I was
twice back.
going to say with advantage because and it's weird. Why you charmed him again, and in him there's like a little sense of it's kind of like a gut feeling, like he feels like I don't think this is my friend, but then of course with the magic kind of pushing the luck, it's like something feels off, but I can't really pursue that feeling. But with your conversation, it's almost like he hasn't really had a good conversation like this. And so that's why I was thinking of with advantage. So with a 21.
Plus your D6?
I mean, I'm not using it. On the 21.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get that. The thing is, right,
It's
buddy, it's like, I'll be honest with you. I know we're like friends. I'm sort of magically influenced you to be my friend in a way. I'll be straight with you. But it's only so that I can give you the. I would say this is me reaching out a hand, knowing that I know what makes you lose the deal. And I could make you lose it very easily. But having listened to your story, I want to give you something. You've never been given anything, and I want to give you something in return. But I also think it's, let's put it like this, fair for the original owner of the body to have his body back. But then a clean slate for you as much as possible. I mean, you're still gonna have your other body, but at least you will be able to have a life that you never had before. I think instead of using violence, we can solve this more reasonable and let bygones be bygones and move on. But it's up to you. It's your choice.
And how would I know about your word? I have been burned plenty of times, and it's what led me down this path to begin with.
And she looks at him and she says, apparently, according to the hag, I'm chaos. I'm different. I'm this and that and whatever. But I choose to be what I want to be. Knowing that I could be X, Y, and Z if I just give in. But I want to do things my own way. And I feel like right now, listening to you, I could pursue chaos and ruin everything. But I could also make things better for both of you. And yeah, you have nothing to go on but my word. But for what it's worth, and she like just opens her bag with money in it. It's like, I mean, I can give you like half of what I own as a show of good faith. I don't care. I mean, like, it's probably more than you ever owned in your life, you know, before you became who you are now. And I'm quite sure if you give the other person your, like, we have to talk to him, obviously. I mean, I feel like just have an open mind and we can have a conversation about it. Because right now, I mean, you're at my mercy, and I don't want to put the knife against your throat, but it is there. I'm not gonna hide it. But I want to give you both a chance of having a life. And that requires some faith and maybe some apologies. But think about it.
And you can see kind of like in the distance of what appears to be your group coming closer, and so he just kind of sits there, and he does show like he's thinking. So as the party groups up, you're again a little bit out of the town, a little bit of the hilly landscape that you guys are kind of slightly tucked behind. As you all can now see, the heir to the House of Iron, Lord Amamas, he's just tied up, and he's just kind of looking down as the rest of you kind of come up behind him. And even the real Imam is just, what's he doing here?
Oh, my friend over here. I mean, I got him out of town.
That's Axel, right?
I don't know if that's his real name.
We
haven't
got
asked.
told his real name. The group who was asking questions got told his real name.
Yes.
I look
Well,
at him. Is that your real name?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Apparently it is.
well,
So, and I look
Axel.
at like, I guess the real one.
So
I say to
from
them-
now on, we're going to start addressing them. You guys will still keep in mind, Imam is in Axel's body and vice versa, but we'll now address them as such.
Okay. I look at Amon. So I've been talking to her friend, and I sort of know the gist of how the bodies were swapped.
How?
Making deals with entities that you shouldn't make deals with because it's gonna bite you in the ass. But
You've seen it.
I've heard about it.
Inside
Can
check.
I insight check that?
Yeah.
Sure.
See if it's more than just heard about it. I'm gonna lose. I don't know why I did this.
Question is like, am I deceiving or am I just persuading? Because I'm not I'm not sure which one of the two it
So-
is.
All right, 13.
I'm not gonna insight check
Yeah.
because I already don't believe her from before.
You make
I
a choice.
don't know necessarily.
I knew it was.
I'm just still going to be generally suspicious of the other.
Easy
At
enough.
least we're close.
We just.
Uh,
Yeah, he's been.
If we add ours together, we got this.
yeah. I look at a mom. So I've been talking to a friend over here, and obviously he got dealt a pretty poor hand, and you can see, like point at his body, and I'm like, and he wanted more, and like when you have nothing to lose, you make deals that give you more.
and he chose.
I'm-
And he chose to go around taking my body.
I mean, look at you, look at what you have, look at who you are. I mean, wouldn't you if you have nothing?
No, you don't take things from people. That's not what you do.
Yeah, but you have to look at it from your perspective. If you had nothing and your entire life you were puked out by society, it's
Did
easy
we
to.
move farther from the city? I look back at the city, the town.
I mean, sure we can.
It's just
We just have to carry. We just have to
relatively
carry.
close.
You just have to carry our body a little bit though.
All right, I got him.
That's
He's
the
not
wrong
wearing
one, eh?
Armor.
But like when you are in a position of power, it's easy to talk like that, or when you have things. But like from his point of view, he been puked out by everyone in society. Like of course you're gonna look at things differently. I mean,
So how do we go about this then? With this deal?
I mean,
deal?
he has. There's a two ways he loses, and that swaps your back. But I think we should look for a way where both of you gain something from this, or well, I guess. And I look at Imam, like you gaining what you had, I suppose, and him gaining something so you can live a better life. In that way, you both can win. I mean, he's gonna lose a little bit, of course, because like look at what he has now. But I think the problem is right. Like the problem is that I think it's unfair that he did what he did. I understand why he did what he did, and I also can see how because he made a good point. I mean, I, for example, will live 7 of your lifetimes, if not more. You know, and I look at the kobolds and the goblin, probably a lot more of yours. So I understand that it's like it might feel unfair, and that you want to change it. And when you have nothing to lose, you go through extreme measures. And instead of just, I don't know, I feel like the easy way here is to make him lose the deal, switch the bodies back, end his life afterwards. But I feel like we can make a choice here to do something better with it. And for both of them to gain something, but then we need to all be on the same page. And I most look at Imam, it's like it's mostly up to you because you're the and Axel, like you two have to
Agreed.
get to some form of agreement. Like for us, we're just a third party with no real interest.
How do I know what he's going to say speaks the truth? How do I know he's not going to try to somehow do it all over again or something? If he doesn't
I
like
look at-
whatever is agreeable.
Well, we can. I think we should first go talk about terms and terms what you want, and then what Axel wants, and then see if we can meet somewhere in the middle.
I cast Stone of Truth while they're talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
And I just say, friend, you want to
Everyone
fail this.
has to roll
I-
a save. or
I say,
fail.
friend, you want to
Fail.
please fail this save so that we can all be truthful. And I look at Imam, you also fail this. Like, let the magic take hold, because that way we know we're all speaking the truth.
Does
Make
Garvin know when they fail?
make a yeah,
Yes.
he would make
I
a
failed.
persuasion check. This would be
13. I mean, maybe you know what? On this one, I'll add my d6 because I want this to succeed.
because yeah, this is for
16.
both.
That's pretty good.
Because Axel is still charmed, and Amam doesn't seem like seeing Axel. It doesn't make him like heavily enraged or anything like that. So he seems surprisingly calm-ish. He's mad, but not like, trying to like get at him. So yeah, they both will go ahead and just purposely fail it.
What is the save against it? I think Elise will.
13.
You know what? Elise will just fail it as well.
So you guys lead a little bit further away. What do you guys do?
I just look at Axel. What do you want? Say you give the body back. What do you want?
I honestly am not quite sure. I just want something more than being a rat.
So, do you want money?
I think he wants
Okay.
purpose. He wants to mean something, from what I can see. Am I right?
I think that would be a good idea to lean on. With the conversation that you've had as well. He seemed like he had nothing and all he been trying to do was to survive. So besides this particular moment and probably a couple of days before still being the Lord, I think it's been probably like nothing but survival. He's been in just this mode for so long. It's kind of like one of those, if this was without magic and without showing some sort of sympathy, like I don't think you would have gotten this far.
And like, I look at him, what were you willing to give him? Knowing that it comes like, you might feel very wronged, but you also have to see where he's coming from. And he just chose the person that was one of the most important in town.
Well, if this was to go, I would have to know everything that he's done while in my body. I'd have to know every in and out because he's done so much that I am even unsure what happened. And he had to be doing something pretty awful. And that's where you do kind of see, like, it seems like the idea of people not persuading, but I can't even say the word, viewing his actual body as like this, bad guy, if you will, almost like his father, because his father seems to be happy with what he's done, and he kind of goes a little bit on that. To even make my father enjoy the presence of me, he has to be doing something pretty awful.
I look back at Axel. Do you want to tell everything?
If I was to trade, there might be some things you probably don't want to know, but if that's what you want to hear.
And like I look at Emma, like I feel like a good deal would be to like give him purpose, give him like something in life, to do. I mean, there's plenty of things you could do in the city. I could think of like 100 things he could be doing. Like you could make him guard captain, you could make him your person, like all that kind of. There's many things you could give him, but give him purpose and I don't know, give him like position. Like he just wants to be someone, which I can totally understand. And has he gone about it the wrong way? Yes, he has. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it. I think he has gone about it completely the wrong way. But when you have nothing to lose, And I feel like you should always be given the chance to make amends and atone for what you've done. And if we can resolve this peacefully, still going to be a lot of mess to solve afterwards. But maybe this can be something good instead of something bad and just needless murder, because that's what it's going to be if we pursue the other route. And it's also the easy way out. Because I mean, like, it's so easy to just look at him like he's tied up, he's at our mercy. It's like nothing he can do. If we really want to, nothing will stop us.
And that's where Axel kind of chuckles for a second. He's just, I mean, if you've spoken with the hag, she clearly not have told you everything.
Wait,
Obviously not. That's how
Hag?
hags work.
you spoke to a hag?
Hang on.
What's a
Wait.
hag?
It's a creature of immense power.
When did you speak to the hag?
Was that today or yesterday?
Yesterday?
Yesterday
today.
and the day before, I think, technically. If you're telling the truth.
I'm just saying one of the most recent one.
Partial truth.
Is that how that works?
Yesterday.
Yeah, as long as I
As
didn't
long
lie.
as, long as
Yeah,
what
no,
you
I
say
just
is
wanted to make sure.
honest.
Yeah, as long as you're being honest, like when you even when you ask like when did you speak, you don't have to say like every instance you spoke, but you could say the most
think-
recent time or a time.
So it's just
I
like
think
being
if
a
you're
nice guy in
someone-
Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
If you're someone good at talking, you can also dodge the question by like weaving your way around it.
Yeah, or
You
just
like
not
you
answering.
don't have to be honest, but you can't lie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can just like not answer the question at all.
She could have
Um,
like posited a question back, like why do you want to know or something. Like she could have
Anyways.
avoided it, but
So, as you guys are kind of going back and forth for a second, he's just, yes, you can beat me to a pulp, and then he can finish it, but the swap would not be permanent.
Why wouldn't it be permanent?
Because my hand in this was treachery, was dark, deceiving. The only way to beat it is by being honorable, righteous. He has to
So
beat me in a fair fight.
A duel.
Mm.
And give and take this body versus that one, it won't be that very fair.
Trial by cop.
Can we buff him up? I whisper to.
I mean, then it becomes unfair.
Dang it. Well, no, that would just be leveling the playing field, wouldn't it?
I mean, that's like, you know.
And
But
how you look at it.
I
Hags-
think, and he's listening a little bit to
Mm.
y'all's conversation as well. And mom also steps in. Look, hold on for a second. Everybody, hold on. And he kind of walks up to this guy because I assume he's probably still standing, but just still tied up.
Yeah, he's just tied
Yeah.
up, literally.
He
Like,
just
he can't move his hands.
he just walks up to him and he's just. He decks him as hard as he can once.
Mm.
The guy, Axel, falls. And then he kind of goes and picks him back up. And he's. First off, that was for taking my body. Second, if you truly want purpose and you want this to happen, there was an idea that I was brewing on, but it would only work if I asked Lady Kaya to marry me and our houses combined. There is something I can put you if you want purpose, if you want to feel wanted and needed and relied upon. You definitely would have to earn your trust to me. But if you're serious about this, and he even goes and like starts to like try to untie him a little bit and tries to get
The
him.
magic rope is like,
He's trying, whether it works or not. He's trying, and he's as he's speaking though, and it's just. But if you truly want this, all right.
well, I guess he can.
How do
I
you
tried also with the
untie
normal
this?
rope. I mean, I had he gets the normal rope off because I had the normal rope and the magic rope. So it's like first he gets the normal rope and then the other rope is like, nope. Oh, it's only if I say
Oh, the rope
like
keeps moving the knot every time he
Yeah.
reaches for it.
Oh,
Ah!
like I have to untie it.
You
What was
untie
the
it.
word again? Oh yeah, idiot.
You untie it, and Axel kind of like stretches his arm just a little bit, and then kind of also feels where he was punched. A mom comes back in front of him, puts his hand out, and it's up to you. And Axel just stands there and stares at it, and then looks to the rest of you guys.
It's a pretty good deal.
I mean, like Elisa says, like it's up to you. I mean, if he ever comes back on his word,
And if you need a place to leave,
like we like, I mean, let's put it like this, and this is gonna sound maybe a bit harsh. If Ramon goes back on this deal that you made, and I look at the mom straight in the eyes, you will pay for it. Like I'm trying to make this reasonable. I got him here for you, and I'm trying to solve this peacefully. But if you go back on your word, we will end you, and don't question if we can. Like at least eyes are still completely white, right? Because of the spear. Like don't I will.
You also still look more like a mercenary than
Yeah.
regular Elise.
Mm. Like we have a chance to be better, and we should take it with two hands, not half-assed.
Axel starts to walk by a mom, and then he kind of starts to walk by you guys. No, he's not giving off a vibe of like he's running. He's just kind of walks a little bit. He's about 5 to 10ish feet away, as he passed you guys, and he stops. Well, if we're going to be honest with each other, you two can come out now and relax. And both the air and earth elemental come out of the ground and sky, and you can start to feel the wind as it's rushing as he starts to land, and they still seem like this extreme like ferocity towards you guys, and he's just cool it now. And they kind of stand there. They're still in their forms, but they're just standing there. And then he turns back to a mom, and he's just pulls out his sword. The only way we're going to do this is by a fair fight. So why don't you give it as much as you can? And if you are serious about your deal, prove it to me. And I will surrender. But if you don't, and you can't prove it to me at all, I would not be accepting this deal. And if it means dying out here fighting the rest of you, then that very well may be. And then as a mom kind of like stares at him for a little bit and kind of like checking his armor a little bit, and I believe he was just given a dagger. And he's just, you guys wouldn't happen to have a sword or something?
I give him my scimitar. I'm like, this is what this
Oh.
do.
I can give him mine if he needs a.
He takes it. Oh, and by the way,
I will give him my shield, like my shield as well, if he wants to.
I
use it.
think it's pretty fair if you want to make him a little bit tougher. I would consider that fair. So, if you guys had any buffs you want to place on him,
No,
sure.
I took it off.
Oh,
Well, it's
let's
a
see
I'll,
here.
I'll,
new day.
what's he holding? A sword?
I didn't think
The
we'd be fighting.
Yeah,
I thought it
the
was gonna be
scimitar.
alright.
a scimitar? I'll cast. Wait, what do you have that can buff him before I choose which to give?
I can give him.
I got nothing.
I can give him an enhanced ability, so he can have more HP.
Can you have more than one enhance ability on?
I don't think so.
Oh, you can.
Oh, you
Okay.
can.
Yeah, as long as it's from different people.
I mean, I have enhance ability and I have
I
You have like
aid?
aid.
Yeah, I have
aid
aid.
might be good from you, and then enhanceability from her.
Okay.
Cole, you have anything?
Mm,
Would it be fair to have the
uh,
projector cannon just on him?
Nah, because that then becomes
Okay.
unfair. Because then it's like 2 versus 1.
Look, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I will cast
Armor
aid.
Megafist. Armor Megafist is only on self. That's it.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll cast magic weapon on the sword he's holding.
I cast an enhanced ability Bear's Endurance on him. At 3rd level, because I only have a 3rd level slot left.
nice.
So 6 extra HP.
I'm trying to.
An
I don't
advantage
think
on
I have.
Constitution checks.
Wait.
All right, so
Can't. Okay, I can't give him that. I don't think I have anything to give him.
So I gave him my shield and my sword essentially. So his AC will go up 2 by the shield. And
Can we give him a health potion?
I can also give him better armor. I can give him my chain shirt if he wants to use it for this fight, because that means that his AC will go up all the way to 17.
Actually,
That's
we could do something crazy here because I could give him another piece of armor that's enchanted that would raise his AC, and I would just have
mean-
to take it off.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
But then he wouldn't he have to
Um,
attune to it or anything?
No,
No.
I mean, you can do that then, if you can do
Yeah.
that.
let me double check. It's specifically my scale mail though, so I won't be wearing anything. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, you can get
As
it
long
back
as-
right afterwards.
yeah.
Like right now, this is just a duel, and we're just watching it.
If you're that worried about it, there's a spare chainmail inside of the bag of holding. That's like
Oh.
a pretty decent chainmail.
Wait, can
But
I?
It's kobold sized, so
Dumb
and it's
question.
non-magical.
If I held the scimitar and I cast branding smite on it and I hand it back to him, would it still be in effect for that weapon, or does it have to be the weapon that I'm wielding?
I don't think. I think that's a bit too. I think you need to
That's-
hold the weapon.
I
so the
think
chance-
that I'm
so
going to say
it comes
that's
from you.
I'm going to say
That
that's
comes from
more
me.
for you, because the idea
Yeah.
is when you make your next attack.
Okay, yeah. I got nothing, guys. I'm sorry. I got nothing.
It's fine.
I have nothing. I mean, I could cast hex on him and just be like, okay, let's just make this. You know, I
No.
literally have nothing to cast on somebody.
Okay. So,
Oh gosh.
He
You
gets
actually
another
cast
+1
Eldritch
to his
Blast
AC.
on him.
okay.
So what does then he has
Yeah.
18 AC.
I forgot I could do that. Well, I mean, I don't think about it because it's just part of my
Mm.
Okay, so the chain shirt, the shield, and then what was the other thing?
The infusion.
Infusion. And that gives him a +1?
That's where
I
it becomes
guess-
And I
18.
cast magic weapon on the sword he's
Okay.
holding, which
That-
also gives it a +1 and +1 damage.
So that will only give him a 17, not 18, because of his dex being 1.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ah.
Okay, that's what I have.
Because he has leather. He has leather armor. Well, he has my armor, I guess. earlier. So yeah.
Do I have any spell slots left? Hold on. Because is it concentration actually?
So let's.
What is?
That aid. Is it concentration?
No, it's not. It's not.
I could
Oh.
cast enhance ability on him too,
I don't
Yeah.
think it's stacks.
but it
Does it
doesn't give
doesn't-
him a straight number. It would just give him an advantage on dex checks.
I mean,
It wouldn't increase. It wouldn't increase his armor.
wouldn't.
class.
no, it
Right.
wouldn't because it's temp HP. Temp HP doesn't stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
So
But let's just see how it goes. We have done enough.
Yeah.
okay.
Are
So-
you,
I
at,
just look at
are
him-
you
I
feeling
just look at
great?
him
Like,
mom
are you
straight
at
in the
full
eyes.
health?
I think he's at full health, right? He hasn't fought anything.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
he's
No.
great. Everything is full. So here's to make it a little bit interesting. I am going to roll because there's 4 of you. I am going to roll a d4. And we'll start from the top and work our way down. So we'll start with Clarence and then Aeth, Garbu, and then Elise. And what we're going to do is it's pretty much going to be like 3 people rolling the dice versus 2. And whoever is with me will be with a mom, as the other 3 would be with Axel.
You guys better
Yeah.
hope I get with the mom.
So,
Should we roll first to see who's with the DM?
you know what? Yeah, why not?
Lowest is with the DM, maybe?
Well, I'll roll as well. So you guys go ahead and roll first. Just roll a d4.
4.
2.
Okay.
Is it me?
It's probably going to be whoever has the same number as him.
So I will say, Garbu, I'm going to put you at 3 just because at least rolled 4 first.
Good to me.
All right.
What? That's question mark.
Ah, I hate it.
Question mark.
And he
Ah!
froze. And he froze.
Ah!
Garbu, you're
It
with
always
me.
freezes on my screen.
Oh.
All right, so it's me and Garbu and everybody else. So here's how we're going to do this. And as I go through and explain how they fight, I'm going to ask one of you, and then Garber will roll first. So we'll say Clarence and Garber will be the first roll when I say so. Just a d20. And we're going to add up all of these numbers at the end.
Mhm.
And the reason why Axel has an additional person, because of him being in a better area. Or not better area, but in a better
Better
form, better shape, better equipped versus a mom who's, while you guys are receiving aid, so all of this as well, all of the additional stuff, a mom's team will have an additional 5 points. So we'll go with that. So anyways, let's see how this goes. I will put mine at public too. So
Right.
as it's still dark, I'm going to say that a little bit of a fire source has been made to kind of give them both light so they can fight in.
I can cast light for them if they need light.
No, we don't
Yeah, I can
want
just
we
make
don't want blinding sunlight. We just want
No, I can like druid craft like a few fires, like on
Yeah.
like you make like sort of like a pseudo torches around it, like have,
so
like a little
Cast
area.
perpetual flame in a few spots. That way,
Do-
anyone
do a
from the
flash
city
it.
just looks out here.
You cast
confused.
light, make it a flashing light.
So why
Ah,
don't
my eyes.
I'm gonna go ahead and change the tone
Background.
because I want this. Increase that a little bit. So, as they both, with their weapons drawn and being prepared to fight, Axel standing in a pose as he's ready to go. A mom just lets out this roar, and then he just goes off running.
Mm.
And as they both clashes their swords together, pushing him back a little bit, and you can see with this almost like this thrust that Amam is given gave him a little bit more of a pushback, dealing a little bit of a damage to Axel as he then tries to come up and goes for a heavy chop down. And you can see he's starting to swing wildly. And Amam is just, or Axel, sorry, Axel is parrying all of these blows back and forth. And then he goes and shoulder checks him, pushing him back up a little bit. They go and clash again. Clarence, Garbu. D20s.
What?
Are we
What's
gonna
up?
do- Okay, he already did. Okay, I thought we were gonna. No.
Well,
That's a 12.
I
that's
just
a
pressed
12.
the button when he said it. Hey.
It's-
ooh.
That's
So-
good. That's good. That's what we
Oh.
want.
Good.
As
Yeah, that's good.
as
Yeah.
Axel
Yeah.
goes in for a low swing, Amam just kind of like dives at him. He kind of just like full on dive tackles him, dodging him, just shoving him straight to the ground. The sword kind of lost a little bit of a foot or two away from him, and he just kind of punches him for a second before being tossed over to the side as he quickly rolls, grabs it, puts it back up. Axel's starting to get back up, and he. All right, not bad for a wild man, but let's see if you actually have some skill. It's my turn. And then Axel goes in and forcing Amam to kind of go a little bit on the back foot of a defense. And you can see Axel taking advantage of this body as they are more calculated swings. And he's starting to nick places all on the mom. And for people who are good or understand combat, like, it almost looks like a predator playing with the prey, showing that if he doesn't take it up a notch, that this is going to be over pretty quickly. So, as he continues nicking these couple of spots, Amam just shoulder checks him again and then tries to go for another slash. As he does, Axel pulling out his shield, blocking that part of the damage, and then he goes to swing his sword, and they both, as Amam also blocks with his shield, and they're just holding that spot. Alright. Aeth, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so on 3, a d20. So on 3, 2, go.
Hey.
Wow. Ooh,
Okay. So,
I forgot.
Well,
What? Well, you can't
um,
make it easy for him.
as the clashes are happening, you can see Amam starting to just kind of give in as Axel shifts his weight and then quickly spins to slash right at the backside of his like open spot of the armor. And he's just actually nails him pretty good this time as he comes back holding it, trying to like check the blood a little bit, and he's just all or
Sorry.
nothing. And then he goes again with the rushing, and Axel this time being more ready to see what happens. He goes to, looks like he's going to dodge as once again Amam tries to tackle him. But when he does, Amam or Axel knees him almost like an uppercutting way, forcing Amam to kind of roll a little bit off the ground. And he kind of starts to stand up in front of you guys, breathing heavily. Let me ask, did you guys give him a health potion or not?
I asked, but I was not
Yeah.
given a clear answer.
Oh,
Whether it would
wait.
be fair or
but
not.
I was if we were allowed to. I mean, if yes, then we, of course we would.
If we were allowed to, then yeah,
Okay,
would have. Yeah, I'll
so
take it out of my inventory.
he would have took it and kind of start to drink some of it and toss it to the side. He kind of just tosses the shield to the side and goes into a combative swing as this looks like it's going to be just a final blow strike. Axel, seeing this, very well, puts the shield down And he goes into his combative stance. Well, let us see what you're really made of.
Hey, buddy.
Elise.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna roll a.
I
14.
will. No, go ahead.
No, should I roll?
So
12.
12. All right. So we have 12 and 6,
18.
18 to what, 30, not 30, 22,
Mm-hmm.
and then 12
34.
34. So even with the +5, a mom hitting what, 23? So
You need 11 or better. Or oh wait.
Did the health potion affect that at all?
it's a little bit more of the story driven.
You shouldn't have given it to. No, I'm kidding.
Nope. I was like,
what
man,
a waste of a
that's not
potion.
Um, wait, so what is the totals are
34 to
23.
23.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see
34 being Amon and 23 being Axel, right?
No, other way around.
Other way?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Amon's
he needs
got
an
the dab.
11 or better.
Does he get a chance to roll again, or is it only 2?
No, I think it was only 2, right, versus 3, and I think
Oh,
it just
yeah,
needs
so
to.
he just
He
loses.
just needed to show if he was willing to.
Elise. With all of
Uh-oh.
your conversations that you've had, make a persuasion check.
Sure. Exactly in the middle then.
And just
Oh,
out of
great.
curiosity, is there anything you want to do to that? Yes or no? Or is there anything you can even do to it?
I mean, you mean combat wise, or just you know what I will do? I will whisper, I will message, because I still have message left, into Axel's head, as I can see that he's clearly winning, and I release the charm like, I mean, I guess they sort of fighting, so they do it. I guess it's for whatever cinematic purpose you want to do is. She will release the charm person spell that she. Oh no, she hasn't been focusing on it. She would just oh, actually, it's not a concentration. Never mind. She would just whisper in his head as he's clearly going for the winning blow. You have a choice to be better. It's up to you to take it. And then she will, and that's the same thing as a show of fate. I will open myself up to being hurt, and she will release the spear, like the effect of the spear.
Lands right on top of her. Killing him.
I would like for you to roll me a d20 one more time.
18.
That was a good one. Or a
That
bad
was
one,
good. That was good.
or a good
I
one.
hope.
I don't know what it does, but
So, as they both go at it, as one final swing, as they're both running towards each other, and just like that climactic where you'd see both of them just kind of slide a little bit past them, everything just feels like it's gone dark, as you can just see the two of them silhouettes. And you can see that Amam, as he falls to the ground. And you see Axel as he starts to stand back up. And he looks at you guys. As he collapses to the ground as well. And then the mom just barely trying to get up. And you can see there's a lot of blood kind of coming from him, but he's trying to get back up.
Mhm.
And then with a few seconds, as a mom looks like he in a very almost like he's trying to go for his dying breath.
Mm.
He is going to make a death saving throw, but he is currently trying to stand up.
Mm.
Where's my thing at?
Where's my super suit?
I said, where is my... I don't think NPCs get it, so just a natural D20 then.
I think that says also always D20s.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
A mom, as he starts to stumble, all of y'all's vision goes dark. And with a few seconds as it lights back up, you can see that they're both bleeding out at this current moment.
Mm.
Well,
Um,
I'm gonna go up to Amon, I guess, and
I
use
will,
healing hands on him.
and I will cast on Axel. I will cast healing word, and Elise will just whisper under her breath, "Get up," as the healing word.
Is that on Amon's body or on Axel's body, out of curiosity? Because we don't know which one's which now.
I mean, I guess I used it on the one.
The one that
Hmm,
was Amon?
I guess I will just choose the one that it is not going to. Let's put it
Yeah.
like that, like to get the confusion out of the way.
Yeah,
Uh,
he gets 6 hit points back.
He also gets 6 XP back.
Hey, so
Yeah!
Wait, you know what?
all's fair.
Do I have the spell still? Yeah. Can I do
Counter
it too?
spell! No. Oh. Hey.
All these low
Oh,
rolls. Hell yeah.
Oh, man, I rolled great.
No, I'll
You
join
know,
in on the healing party.
He's literally the cleric last. Oh, hey, I was.
Oh my god.
That's why
I
he's
like
the
how
cleric.
the
best
cleric
for
goes
last.
last. Yeah, the cleric just goes last.
So,
Hmm.
as both of them have been rejuvenated, both of them feeling a little bit of sore, but at the same time, as they're feeling it, the muscles slowly healing back up to where it kind of goes away, and they both start to stand up and
Amon said. Amon
kind
stand up.
of both just breathing for a second as they both stand and turn and look at each other, and they will both walk up to each other, kind of put their swords into the ground, or that and the scimitar, and they shake hands. As a mom in his body looks to you guys. I don't know about you all, but I am tired. As Axel in his body looks back to you all, and he's just kind of looks at his hands for a second, then yeah, I'm tired too.
Well, let's-
Elise just sits there in the back, and she just. I guess this is dark, right?
It's still dark with a little bit of the light sources going on, which again you took 1 point of exhaustion.
I know, because I released the spear. Um, like as they are sitting there looking at each other, like Elise will just sit behind everyone, like has pulled out her book with her drawings, and she looks at the at the drawing of the dragon constellation that she used to talk with that she talks with a lot. She looks up at the sky, looking for it, and then goes, "Hope I made you proud." She whispers under her breath and then closes the book.
Make a perception check.
20.
Ooh, nice.
You, as you kind of look up and saying this a little bit to yourself, you kind of pause for a second, look back at your book of your constellation, and kind of back up and back forth. There appears to be a new star that seemed to have came up. It was never there before.
Okay. Elise kind of like, I guess like when she sees that, she like slowly nods and gets up.
As a mom in his now body. Well, being is it late, and as my escorts, as he looks to everybody, including Aspen, he's like, I think you all need to escort me back to my room so I can also make sure you guys get your proper sleep too.
Of course.
What about our friend Axel here?
Well, he's escorting me too, right? And he's just, I mean, if you want to carry me, sure, I guess. And they both take their swords out. And Axel kind of like looks back to you, at least, and it's like, well, this ain't mine. And
Oh, yeah.
and pretty much you guys get all your stuff back. The two
Thank you.
elementals do go back down.
Mm.
And they kind of come up to Axel, and he's just, look, I'm pretty angry too, but let's see how this goes. All right. And the two guys that now you can see, they appear to be, humans, but they give off a slight. Some of you guys have seen genasies, right? People that were elementals of the four elements, pretty much. They give off a very slight vibe to their elements. And could it be due to the curse? Maybe. But they, for the earth and air, they give off like their complexion is like, gives off a slight hue of that element. So blue and a little bit of a brownish. Let's just forget about the past. We know we were doing things that could have caused anybody to come out. Let's just take all losses where we can, and we'll honor those that died. So, go ahead.
When he was about to give, if he was gonna give me the armor, I was gonna say he can keep the armor.
Okay.
The armor doesn't make the man. The man makes the armor. You keep it.
Thanks. I'll, yeah, thank you. Oh, by the way,
Uh,
Lady Kaya, yeah, tomorrow when you visit her at early in the morning, you need to take that amulet off of her. She will probably come back to her normal self again.
Oh
At
my
least
god! Oh,
uh, look,
ah.
I had
You charmed her, didn't you?
I had everything covered. I was not going to lose my opportunity. And with her seeming to be skittish, I had something crafted and made to make her stay calm around me. Or when I was you. If you remove it and maybe explain a little bit to her, I'll let that be you. Maybe she'll be okay. So, anybody saying or doing anything as you all start to walk back?
on the way back, Elise pops out the little elemental, puts it on top of her head. She's like, God damn, this is fucking giving me a rash. And then she takes out the little meteorite rock she has and she gives it to Axel. He's like, something to remember us by and a reminder to be better.
Okay.
Or moved from my inventory.
I literally. Oh.
So, as you all head back and escorted Lord Amon back to his manor, to his room, as you all are in there, he tells one of the servants, "Oh, look, can you? It's really late. They're all probably tired, filthy a little bit. In the morning."
Elise vodka is clean now at this point.
Well, he's saying it towards everybody, not just.
Yeah. I know.
Go ahead and go give them a room down the hall and make sure they have a nice stuff in the morning. If you can do that, please. And the um the maid who is actually thrown off because she was probably expecting something different. She's of course, Lord, is there anything else? No. And thank you. You're doing everything good. Because she seems like really weirded out by this. And so she, okay, right away, Lord. And she escorts you all, so you all have a room in the House Iron, including Axel and his other two friends, Patriots.
We're
Should
just.
should we tell them that Mark is somewhere in the police and that Kyle is probably out in the woods being tortured somewhere?
Probably not. That's probably not a
Yeah,
good thing.
because they were also part of their little group.
Listen, when we go see Master or Mr. Bell and them, just say we got up extra early and visit.
You don't need to say anything. I feel like let this run its course. Like we have done our part now, and it's up to. Let's put it like this: we have meddled to the point where we restored. I think we gave them both a second chance at life, and maybe Axel his first chance at life. And I think we should let it run its course, and it's for them to deal with it. And we can come and check in at some point where we're not under contract. But I think right now, just let everything run its course. It's up to them to make this work. It's not up to us. Like we're not some like imagine like this. We now gave them something, and it's up to them to make something out of it. Like your parents gave you, they try to teach you something, try to give you something in life, and then they let you go, and then you have to make the most out of it. And that's what they have to do now.
Okay.
Like we don't need to be controlling. Like we have done enough, more than enough, I'd say.
I wasn't meaning that. I was just meaning if they asked why we were here in the
I don't know. We don't need to. Well, we can explain other than like we. I don't know. I guess the
Well,
Lord wanted to thank us for his for our involvement in getting Lady Kaya back.
morning.
Because that's the
Yeah.
truth.
It is. But Sophros did not want us to meddle with anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
And
just
like
according to what
the,
at
well,
least says, we didn't. He just wanted to thank us.
the thing is, right? We've meddled a lot. I mean, I meddled too much maybe, but right now, by saying nothing and just saying one thing, the web of lies doesn't become so intricate that
uh,
you have to do like about 50 things. Just say he wanted to thank us, and that's it. And if she questions us on it, you don't have to say anything more. That's how
Alright.
you get around being called out on things.
That's a lot easier on me.
Yeah, I know. It's like instead of lying, it's just not telling the entire truth. And she winks.
So, you
Okay.
guys doing anything else?
I think Elise's gonna sit in the corner and go like, "Oh fuck."
Just shut the door, all calm, and then door shuts and we don't see her. She's like,
Shit.
I will say,
um,
I just kind of looking at everything and what you guys were doing. I thought one more role for a mom was needed. So,
mm,
We're okay with it.
We're happy.
we're good.
Everyone's glad. Everyone doesn't feel good.
Uh,
I mean,
Can
if
I
you
wait till
if you guys didn't do anything, I mean,
Yeah.
it would have just been swept.
Yeah.
Can I wait till
Yeah.
Grogu goes to sleep and then sneak out of the room?
Sure enough.
Is it one room that all of 4 of us are in, right?
I assumed it
one
would
room for each of us.
It's honestly, it would be up to you guys on how you would want it. If you wanted it to have it where some of y'all shared a room, that's perfectly fine. But the idea was you all had a room to yourselves.
Elise just passed out on her own bed, I think, at this point.
I'm in my room and I will
Ah,
be
she's been
making
so-
something. Until I get probably told by a maid or something I'm making too much noise.
If I'm by myself, I'm going to try to go over to Axel's room.
Clarence murders Axel in the middle of the night.
All right, you knock on the door, and the two guys kind of open it up and just,
Hey, is Axel here?
you can let them in. And they just kind of stare at you, but they kind of open the door, allowing you to walk in. And you can see Axel just kind of like laying on the floor, and he's just, even when you have something nice, sometimes laying on the floor just helps clear a lot of things up.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you hurt? Do you need healed again?
I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. Now, hey. Can I ask a question? If you don't mind, I'll just be a couple minutes.
And he kind of sits up a little bit, and he's like, I mean, I have a rather massive headache, but sure, I'll try to help with what I can.
So, you guys said you talked to a hag.
Something like that, yeah.
Where would that have been?
When we were traveling in the woods, we came across her, unsuspectingly. I
like-
think, but I have a feeling that she was closer to us because of the constant deals that we were starting to make. So she might still be around the fortress that was the hideout.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I needed.
Not a problem.
And I'm gonna walk out and then go back into my room.
Uh, I'm gonna. Guess I'll try and get a hold of Meanie.
At this point, Cole is just into being drowned.
Mm.
He's
I
into
said
it.
the
Running purpose.
other. I said the other one, not Ocean.
Oh, sorry.
I was careful.
Ocean just shows up and still drowns him.
Oh, well, how dare you bring her up? I'm your new patron, not her. I'm
Um,
sorry. I'm sorry.
What do you do? How
I
do
try to
you how do you try to reach out to her?
just try to get into like into a similar posture that I was when I was trying to get a hold of her at the Zepham temple,
Mhm.
sitting, like just sitting cross-legged, except not in water, but on the floor. Been a while. Seeing how it's going for you. Just thought I'd tell you. Seems like we're making a lot of progress with being friends with everyone, for the most part. I hope you're all right.
Incoming classical natural one on religion roll.
Yep, natural one on that religion. You have it.
Surprisingly, no, not on this one.
Ooh.
You, as a tidal I'm just kidding.
Ah!
As a tidal wave of blood enters your room and you drown.
um,
All the blood from everyone else in the manor was sucked out and brought to your room just to drown you.
Yeah, so like the entire castle or like manor
I've-
died just to drown you in the most creative way possible.
yep. Um,
TPK.
Of everybody. Yeah.
as
What happened?
as you kind of sit there and concentrate, it's almost like there is a presence sitting in the same pose as you, just, right across from you. I do not have long to speak, but I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, for the most part.
You're going to need it, for the tides are shifting, not in our favor.
What's happening?
Just be prepared. Trust Ocean. Make sure she can trust you. And be ready. As you can no longer feel this presence there. But you can get the sense of kind of like your room, just kind of like if you ever been, like at a theme park, and as you're waiting in the hot ass sun to get to the ride, they have like those little mist fans that actually feels like refreshing.
What is this, the 90s?
Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of like that. Like you feel just a little bit of a mist, but not, in an unpleasant way. And it's not like everything's just getting soaked. It's just it feels calming, but the warning that she seemed to be giving seems to be looming.
I think I'll go to Garber's room.
Garbu, as you hear a knock at your door.
Do I hear the knock over my own hammer as I'm currently trying to make things? Yeah, I do.
I'm also gonna say you probably won't have a lot of time to really try to work on something this late.
Yeah.
So
Someone probably comes by before 8th even shows up and is like, "Stop doing that. People are trying to sleep." Right, yeah.
Yep. Shuts the door as he goes to walk away.
Hello?
There's another knock. Hey, Garbu, it's me, AF.
Yeah, I'm down here. I just opened the door.
Oh, I'm still getting used to that. I'm sorry.
I'm 2
Didn't see
feet
you there.
tall.
I missed. I didn't see you there. God damn
I'm literally below your kneecap, I think.
it.
You got me on that one. You got me on that one. The one time I'm ready for it. Listen, I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
I contacted my old friend Minnie, and she gave me a message.
Yeah, what was the message?
She
And
says
Minnie
the
is your
tides,
patron, right?
my old one. She was an old and a friend. It's got me a little concerned now. Said. She says the tides are turning and not in our favor.
I
Thought I could get your advice on
DM, can I make a religion check, I guess, to see if I understand this prophetic sounding word?
yeah, why not?
Hey, that's not bad for me.
Why aren't you proficient in religion?
Because stats in D&D are wonky as fuck when it
That's
comes to
fucking
religion.
weird.
Yeah,
Like religion
it's
should have
so
been
weird.
wisdom. Religion should have been wisdom, but whatever.
What's my religion?
Probably higher.
Much better
Like-
than mine. Religion is more so like your knowledge of the
6.
stuff, I think, right?
I
I have a
mean,
+6.
you haven't recently even been trying, like, connecting to your patron or any sort of religious vibes, if you will.
Mostly the way I view it, the Garbu's crafts is his way he pays homage. And I haven't crafted anything in like 5 days, not since I finished the armor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've even been kind of forsaking that.
So you really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of not been the most in touch with the Platinum Dragon lately, but it sounds prophetic to me.
Yes.
That's my word of the day for today. It just happens to be that, coincidentally. That was my word of the day for tomorrow. I already looked at it.
Well, I'm not sure. It just seems to be a bit ominous, and I'm not sure what that would mean for us. So I thought I would seek you out since you're the one person I know that has a better understanding with when it comes to the deities and among those things, and I could trust.
Let me see if I can maybe try to pray to the Platinum Dragon for any guidance, I guess. And see if he has anything he thinks. Or she thinks? No, he thinks. Well, I got confused because somebody had the Platinum Dragon be a woman in
Female.
their campaign. Yeah.
It's weird, because I did a gender reverse on Tiamat and Bahamut because that's cool.
Yeah.
Make another religion check.
Well, I was gonna pray after 8th left. Or do you want to join
Oh,
me in
I'd
praying, I guess?
be a little bit. It's up to you on what you're going to try to do.
I could just sit here and see what, and just wait for you to get done with your prayer. Or did you want me to leave?
No, I mean, it's fine either way. It's not like you can really, like, watch, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I can see when you crouch down and you kneel.
Oh, you can feel it, right?
I
You
can
can
feel the
see it?
vibrations.
Oh. Okay. I'll take my amulet off and, like, set it in front of me, as well as some of the just random miscellaneous knickknacks I have, just including like some scrap metal and junk and chicken bones and just random trash that I have just on me. I have a pocket of stuff that I've written down that I've said that I picked up, and I'll kind of spread those out. I'll be like,
The clean.
Bahamut, I know I haven't been the most pursuant of you, but if you could help me answer 8th question, I would be very appreciated. Would I roll religion?
Yes, sir.
Hey, even lower.
That's the cool level of religion.
Yep.
That's the me rolls right there.
That's the Tay rolls.
Um,
The most
You-
religious people in our campaigns are always the ones with the worst religion scores.
you
Yeah.
maybe it's just because you're too tired, but you just don't feel any sort of connection at this time.
I'll just turn to 8th and I'll be like, I normally try to like do my communing through crafting, and it's not really very conducive for it the way that I do if I can't be crafting, and I was told to not craft.
Really sticks her head in the room. Conducive. That's a word I've never heard before.
Sorry, it's not very good feels for me to.
Word of the day.
I didn't think about it. I already used my word of the day for today and tomorrow, okay?
Oh, okay.
At least like goes back.
I didn't think about it. I probably should have. But yeah, it's not the way I normally do it, so it's not a very like good way for me to do it, since it's not my normal way of communing.
That's all right. I did kind of put you on the spot too. Ask him
Yeah.
suddenly. I mean, gods sleep too, probably. Right?
Never given that thought.
Well, I'd imagine they would have to. Otherwise, you're up all the time, answering prayers all the time. So I always thought, like at a certain point, God's just set an alarm clock to, all right, I'm gonna sleep from this time to this time.
My God, sleep the entire time, but they wake up for 5 minutes, answer one person, like, that's the only person I'm doing, and they go back to sleep.
Oh my God.
Mine are late.
I'm sorry,
just more
Susan.
so-
You've been on hold for 2 years and 6 months, but
They spin a roulette wheel with names on it.
Yeah.
It's more so about the distance between like the plane they're on and the plane we're on. But
Depending
I
on
don't
some,
know
they
how
like they
planners
throw a
stuff works.
dart, like that guy got lucky. He got one yesterday.
The dart lands in someone's foot down on the earth or whatever you would call it, and it's
You've been
just
blessed by a
pins them
god.
to the ground.
You've
And
been
it's
blessed by a
Pinned to
god.
the ground by a giant dart in their foot.
It's not even somebody who follows that religion, but
Yeah.
he's just like, look, you got chosen. The hell do you want?
Just has a giant platinum dart through their foot.
Can you get this dart out of my foot? Yep, there you go. Bye.
There you go, bye. Doesn't even heal it. Doesn't even heal it. It's just
He takes
you
it.
still got the hole there. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Ah!
with that, I will say this: you all get a long rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you all get that. And for just to speed slightly up, tomorrow, which is now the 16th, or today, um, so you all stick with your boss, Master Bell, and Saphris, as you guys kind of scope out the area where the venue is being held. You guys were shown where they were going to seat or be seated, and they would like somebody to be a little bit more of a distance and like kind of try to see something overhead. Um, so they said, whichever building you want to try to stand on that seems close by.
probably
The
me is
other
best choice for that.
the other three would be around us.
I'd say probably me, who should be on Overwatch, right? With my bullshit perception.
Yeah.
And the fact that I probably have the most range out of all of us as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you have the earring to contact us. Or contact us.
So, as you all go over those specifics, a mom who does go back to Lady Kaya's manor to speak with her, going off on what Axel has informed him that was what he's been doing for a little bit. So he's trying to make it look like the schedule is still the same. And there's been some talks between both Axel and Amam where Amam has trying to almost stay the same like Axel for show. But you guys really haven't had the time. It's more of a passing by that you might have saw them or whatever. So not a long talks. But they took care of Lady Kaya, who definitely was not happy. As the next day comes, the 17th, is the wedding day.
I think the evening before, I think Elise would just sort of like, I guess, called everyone together. So the whole hag thing, right? I have not been completely forward with it,
It was at the time where you said you were drawing, wasn't it?
correct? So I'm gonna say this once, and then I'm gonna leave it at it. This hag apparently has this whole grand idea that I am chaos incarnate, whatever, bad juju, all the good stuff, right? I'm choosing not to be all of that, but
You
I'm gonna give you.
do remember
Mm.
she was also referencing all of you.
Yeah, I know, but she specifically stated like
Okay.
this is at least doing Elise things.
I'm at least making sure you
Yeah.
remember that.
But I'm choosing not to do any of that. What I do have to say is a warning. Never seek out a hag. My apparently first past, I don't know how to explain this. Apparently I've in another lifetime made deals with a hag, and I can tell you, and you can see, look at Axel, you never win. She always wins. And it is very enticing to make a deal, and she offered me deals plenty of times. But you're always gonna lose. And you're not gonna get exactly what you want. Because she will not give you anything unless she gains something out of it. And if you still want to seek a hag out or her out, I mean, that's up to you. but be warned is all I'm gonna say.
Um,
Since I don't know a lot about hags, can I insight what he just said to see if I think he's being honest?
Yeah.
gee.
I mean, at least is being honest. Because that's how she truly believes about hags. You're always gonna lose.
Oh no.
Should I make a
Um,
history check to understand what? Do I know what hags are?
I
My
mean,
understanding of.
you can go off on what she says. You can have suspicion, but you feel like because she's bringing it up after the conversation, it's almost like a day, if you will, has passed where this kind of conversation hasn't happened where she confessed about this. So you feel like, you know, she's bringing it up. Maybe she's trying to, be a little bit truthful with this party that you all are together. So,
Well, to add to the news, I talked to my friend Minnie. She told me the tides are turning and not in our favor.
Fun.
She said to be prepared for that, and
I think what that means is that
something's gonna happen.
something's
major.
gonna happen. I think what we should aim for is like be our best selves, I suppose, and not give in
Yeah.
to temptation. The easy way out. I know I've been a bit all over the place recently, but when provided with the choice between taking a life or making something more out of it, I think we should make something more out of it. Because now we've given them both purpose, I feel like. And it's easy to just end something and let it be done. But it's hard to make something more out of something. And I don't really like being responsible for a lot of suffering, I suppose. Maybe we should have thought about that before, but hey, here we are.
Well, we're all learning, I would say.
But yeah, serious business though. She bad bitch. And if you want something, just talk about it and we can see if we can do it together instead of looking to others who don't have our best interest at, at the forefront.
Is she
Right.
something that we need to just avoid, or is she something that you think we may have to
I think she will tempt us.
combat at some point?
I don't think you can win. I feel like
So,
this is not just. I use the word hag as like a term to describe it, but I don't think she's like your witch in the woods. If you know what I mean, I think this is like a caliber above that. I think
Garbu,
she's.
you would be aware of these type of entities at least. They are uh definitely blasphemous. They're they are known, and there's some that are known to be a nuisance, but they typically mind their own territory. They don't go out causing for trouble, but it's more that people, sought after them, and depending on their capabilities, you know, the trouble that could come from it. There hasn't been a lot, if hardly any, known of something the way as Elise is describing this powerful. So this could be like one of those that are like uh what you would probably read like in a history book if something happened because of some entity. Like, it's probably a very powerful one indeed.
History's not my strong suit.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm not gonna stop any of you if you really want to seek her out, but I guess giving you a fair warning. Be
That's
wary.
what I'm more saying is, do you think this thing's powerful. Do you think it would continue to pursue or come after us? Or do you think if we just steer clear of it, that should be good
I
enough?
think she will try to tempt us. I think she has a very much an interest in me. And I think she might want to get to me through the people close to me. Especially when you have strong desires and needs and wants.
Since we're being honest and sharing, I will be honest and share. So, yeah, like everybody has wants and needs and things that they desire. And obviously, I'd like to find my dad. I'd like to get rid of the belly demon. There's a lot of stuff I'd like, you know? So last night I went to Axel's room and asked him where it was. And he did say it was around the old fortress, but in the woods was where he saw it. And he also said that she found him because he was making deals.
Mhm.
So I think as long as we stick away from deals, we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, like, do you want to find your dad? Like,
Oh,
how
100%.
desperate do you want him?
Pretty bad, but pretty bad. Like, yeah.
I mean, we can keep. I think. I think it might be in our best interest. Like, if you have a strong desire to like make, but we know sort of that you want that, but that we can all keep an eye out for it. You know, sort of keep feelers out when we have the opportunity.
The only
I
reason
mean,
I
if you're good. Yeah, go
you
ahead.
go ahead. Oh,
Mhm. I mean, sure. I'll just say what I want to say. Like, if we want to make this a thing, right, where we actually hang out together properly and actually try to make something out of our lives, then we need to have each other's backs, I suppose. I mean, we don't have to be completely honest to each other all the time because I know that's not the easiest thing. Sometimes you just want to keep things to yourself. But if there's something you want or need, it's best to just make it known so that we can all work towards that goal. And obviously, I've been keeping an eye out for like a goblin, like at any point. But you know,
we haven't actually seen a lot of goblins. I mean,
no,
there's been
exactly.
goblins, but they're not in the areas we've been to.
And once we're done here, we maybe could like I know we also have the whole artifact bullshit to deal with, but I mean we could also make some really hard work of finding your dad. I mean, there's probably a lot of questions we haven't asked in places, and there's a lot of places to look.
I want
Hey.
to talk to the dragons.
Yeah, do you want to be a
Try
dragon?
and get this fixed.
Be honest. What's your whole dream?
I want to be a dragon, but I want to be good.
Well, you're already good. So we're just working on the dragon part, right?
I mean, let's just see where we can where things goes, and I feel like as long as we don't stray that, like I feel like we always take a dip in the dark path, but if we want to, we need to always keep our eye on the prize, I suppose. And sometimes it's easy to get lost in having
That's
power, I suppose.
Oh, what do you want? We know Garby wants to be a dragon. I want to find my dad. Eighth wants to avenge his family.
fine for him.
Find your family. But what do you want?
I mean, I guess being of my nature and my long life, I guess for me it's more like seeing where, like, if I could, what difference I can make in the world. I don't know. There's nothing I want in particular,
That's
other than go with the flow and see where things take me, and I don't know.
Man, it must suck to live forever.
I mean, it's not forever, but it's for a long time. But then I guess like just make a difference in some way. Bad or good, I don't know, but at least have done something. I guess it's not too far away from Axel. That's why I sort of understood him. It's like you want to mean something, and I guess when you live so long, it's like how do you do that, or do you just waste 700 years
a long
doing
time.
nothing? Yeah, like putting it out in words, right? It's a long time.
phases of going through life.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a clear-cut goal like you guys, and I think I'm a bit wandering, looking for what I want. But I think after talking to the hag, I don't want to be what part of me used to be. I don't want to cause suffering. Because it sounds
Yes.
like, I mean, look at what we did today. We could have fought him like Axel, and we could have fought his elementals. Would we have won? Maybe, but then the world would be less afford, I suppose. And now they can build something, and I feel like now we've given someone who had nothing a chance at a life, and I think that's feels good in a way. Knowing that you could have done something, you could have taken the easy way out, but you took the hard way, and it resulted in something new.
Yes, man.
Because killing is easy, but building is hard. And I think
Right.
talking to him sort of made me aware of that. That a lot of these people a lot of people just want to be someone. They don't want to be living their life in the gutter. They want to make a difference. Like, we are blessed with powers and abilities, but most people don't have any of that. And then they make deals like this. Guess it's food for thought, right?
Mm.
Speaking of food,
We also probably need to freshen up too for the ceremony. So
That's tomorrow, yeah.
yeah, we might. Is
isn't it
there a
tomorrow now?
Well,
Well,
this
I'm
this
gonna
is
be
kind of like you guys are doing this not like extremely late at night, but just at night on the 16th. So
we
I mean, I'm gonna go all out. I'm just gonna. I don't know if anything's gonna sabotage, but I'm gonna bring the heat. If that makes
Wait.
sense.
Should we get a wedding present?
I was planning to try and make something, but I
Oh,
need
can I help
that.
you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
right.
Do you want to have 2 people on Overwatch, or do you want me to have protection duty?
I think you should
They
do it. Your turret is probably a good call in case anything happens there.
yeah.
And if needed, I can always message you guys, and I have probably the most lethal range spells out of all of us.
They'll probably.
I have grease.
Would I have the idea of? Would I have the idea that they're gonna have us not be armed during the whole ceremony? We're just there for detail, or no?
you guys haven't been instructed by otherwise. You are there to protect, and if you cannot protect without your equipment, then who are you protecting?
Good
Mm.
point.
So you're there with your equipment. Well, yes, you want to like not look like you've rolled around in mud, but you know,
That's
they want you there ready in case of anything. You are while they are pretty much almost like letting down their guard to watch this, you are all on high alert to make sure
Mm.
nothing happens. And I would say this as well as they would have made sure it is established before the wedding and stuff like that. They are your top priority as they
Mm.
hired you. If anything happens to anybody else, that's secondary.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up as well. So, like, I think
And
we have
it's
to
still the
understand
same order of protection as when we were in the carts.
yeah.
Bell,
Uh,
Sephra, then the other two in like whatever order
well,
that was.
okay. So one of us about to be next to Bell. One of us would be next to Saffron.
And the way they're sitting, just so you guys are aware, like Master Barrel kind of has a little bit close to the front, to the right, but he kind of has like a little bit of his own section, so it's not like your typical, wedding that you would see. There is a couple of rows, but some people have, security with them, like the lords and stuff like that. So
Mm.
anybody who's not of special or higher priority are definitely pushed a little bit further back and then seated or standing or whatever. And
Think we should- yeah.
this is again a pretty big deal because it's finally after years that these two houses are finally coming together. But again, for Master Bell, he's kind of has his own little area, and then there is a seat for Sapphiris, and the other two have been informed, especially for you guys, that they are standing, not sitting. So
Okay, we just keep like I think Garbo, your main priority is just because you're the other one with a lot of healing to keep Bell and Sapphiros. I think those are top priority
Yeah,
to keep those
I
two
was
alive.
going to stick by Bell.
And I will try to like I will
I
try
have
to create a wind
invisibility.
wall. Yeah.
If you want me to just have it ready in case we need to get him
Mm.
out of there.
Yeah, and I will create a wind wall around them to like block arrows and stuff from hitting them the moment something happens. We just get them out. I think our priority is like the four we're here to get. After that is the prince and our new friend Axel. I think those are like everyone else can go fuck off. And the lady I suppose is also in there. And I think that's our order. Like everyone else we I guess sacrifice if it needs if push comes to shove. And we can't
Hopefully
save
we don't.
everyone. Hopefully we don't have to, but I mean I think that
Yeah.
should be our priority. Like we're
Um,
still under like I know we've been like out adventuring and doing everything, but we're still under contract, right? In a way.
Yes, we are still under contract.
And I like even though I'm not really that excited to like be stuck with them for longer than we need to, I still think when you do something, let's do it right.
If
We
we
fucked around enough,
get,
and now it's time to focus up.
if we get through this tomorrow, we only have 2 more days
Mm.
of being under him. Hopefully.
But yeah. So yeah, I will try to make a barrier between you and whatever threat there is, and then I will just lay down the hurt, I suppose.
And we'll focus on any enemies that are close to them. Try and incapacitate them.
Does anyone have like by any chance the see invisibility spell?
No.
No, I don't learn it yet. I
Wh-
do in
What is it? Second
four
level?
Would
levels.
Second level
wait?
divination.
Would I technically be able to know if someone uses invisibility? I would still be able to tell where they are by their movement.
No.
Yes, if you have blind sight.
That would be.
I do have blind sight.
Then
Yeah.
when they're within your range of blind sight, you will know that they're there. Essentially by like listening to their sounds that they make.
I have 2 spells that I'm going to focus on that should help me protect Lord Bell. So I can stick real close to him. I can take half of all the damage he takes if need be.
So me and Clarence are gonna be next to the two in the back, and then you're gonna be next to Sophris and Bell.
Lord Bell can technically wear me as a necklace if he wants, but
I'm
You
also
can
Maybe
hide him.
not.
You can hide in
purifying
you can hide in one of his fat folds, I suppose.
yeah, might be a little crushing, but
It
Yeah.
might it'd be a bad idea because if he adjusts himself just so slightly, we
Oh,
might
yeah.
have.
Pop him like a
Arbu
scissor.
just dies instant death, crushed to death by a readjustment of the seat.
Pops like a zit.
Okay, Garbu, heal him. Garbu.
No response. I've just been absorbed into the skin through osmosis.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think we gotta let's stick to the plan and don't. I guess even though we want to be the hero, not at the cost of not fulfilling our contract.
Let's also keep up good appearances and not be too hostile to people that are coming up to Mr. Bell
Yeah.
if he allows them to.
Well,
Okay. So,
But pretend to be nice to them.
as the next day rolls around
Well,
on the
Before that, me and Clarence were gonna work on a wedding gift.
okay, what are you doing?
I was thinking maybe silverware. I was thinking I have that silver cane that's originally intended for a giant, and I've heard that that's a thing that uh, people get at weddings. You have a better idea?
I think that's actually a really good idea. Surprisingly. Yeah. Silver placeware. That'd be really nice. Or you could do a platter. That's
Platter.
also a good option.
So the platter I can instantly do in 1 hour without any concern. It wouldn't take any effort. But like if it's multiple pieces, I would have to actually go through and individually make them. I
I guess
felt
that's
like
what.
the
Do you
personal
want to
touch would
do
have.
the personal touch
Yeah.
thing? Are they gonna care?
I mean, if it doesn't work out, I can always just make a platter in 1 hour.
Is it on their registry?
I look at I pull open the scroll I have. Is silverware on their registry?
No, but they don't have a registry. They're not
Yeah.
expecting people
Yeah.
to bring things. So
Oh, honey, I got you these.
I'll
I got you this new
alternatively.
this new sweater.
You could also
Oh,
ask
thanks.
Sephiroth to you could also ask Sephiroth to see what Lord Bell would want to give.
That's a
Because
good
essentially
idea.
we're not giving it. Lord Bell is
Garber,
giving it.
I will.
Thanks, Elise. Lord Bell, do you have any? You have a good idea? I just walk up to the room. Knock, knock, knock. Lord Bell.
Well, before you do,
Hmm.
roll a intelligence check, and if you beat a 15, I can give you an idea.
Oh
It's gonna
my
be a
God.
14.
10.
No.
Okay.
10.
So you go up to
Knock,
Lord
knock, knock.
Oh my
as
gosh.
Elise said I should ask you. Lord
Saf
Bell, Sephiroth, you there?
Sephiroth opens up, and she's, "What, little one, do you want?"
I have a cane that's made out of silver that I was planning to try to repurpose into a wedding gift. As I'm a bit skilled at the forge. And I was uh wondering if you had an idea what you might want to present, if anything.
We have a couple of things that we're already giving them. There's not a need for you to give anything.
What if we want to?
The hell you show
Yeah,
up.
sure.
Elise then is also standing behind me, probably.
No, at least it's not there.
Isn't there either.
God, one of you shows up, they all show up. Fucking
Then
pest.
just a horde of rats come in the door.
At least stands behind Sephiroth. I was already inside.
Fireball, fireball. Oh, stab.
Yeah, I
I
was
mean,
already
it's
here.
like, yeah, it's like, oh geez, what are they doing here?
The assassin rat is now on Sephiroth's neck after she fireballed the others.
She just jokes on you, and she just explodes, and it's like a massive fireball in that air. Fireballs everywhere. Anyways, I don't care if you want to get them a gift, get them something, but you need to get sleep for tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. That didn't help at all.
She's a ray of sunshine sometimes.
Yeah.
Talking to her.
Like Elise waits up for you to come back. It's like, so did you get any
I
answer?
could. So instead, we have a bag of gems. Is anyone knowledgeable about the worth of gems? I could produce 2 pieces of jewelry, one for each of them, or like 2 goblets that have a gem attached or something.
Here, let me take a look at them.
I mean, like, what color do they have?
Do we want to go that route? I could also just make like 2 pieces of jewelry that are just silver.
I mean, you could considering like it's like a gift from. If you want to put a personal touch to it, maybe you can make like 2 match like drinking goblets, 2, and then like have them like like I don't know how you do that because I'm not really into all of that stuff. But like have like I don't know the platinum dragon or something on it, like something that like talks about you, what you're about. And like
Embossed.
have it like in a way where it's like I don't know the pattern on it like sort of matches each other or like complements each other, where it's like dragon themed. I don't know. That's your thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
What if
sounds
it
nice.
has like some draconic features and then some mechanical features, as well as some stars inlaid within it, and maybe
Yeah, I
even
mean, yeah.
some waves. That way it
Yeah,
reflects our whole party.
I mean, yeah. If you can, if you want to do that, I think it's like if you want to do anything, that's a good personal touch. They both have one each, and they can drink from it, do whatever they want with it, keep it as a showpiece, I suppose.
Oh, that sounds nice.
We also just have this, and I pull out the golden ornate bowl that we took from the what do you call
Nah.
You
it?
know, no,
No?
that's
Which
too
let
easy.
me ask, because I managed to bring back up my notes. Did you guys ever get the bag of holding fixed?
We got the gold added back in.
The
Yep.
That was the only thing that
silver
seemingly
was
missed.
5,470.
Yep.
We
I had
split
the
that
notes
between the four of us.
from the
Okay.
Yeah. So
It was like
It's all split.
1368 or something
And
for each person.
I think only Garbu and Clarence are actually keeping their stuff in the bag. Everyone else is just like
Correct.
hoarding it on them.
Yep.
yeah,
How
Good
can
enough.
you guys walk? No.
I mean, apparently, according to my thing, I'm like I'm still doing okay for now.
I'm 6'5". I'm very
I'm
tall.
2
You guys
feet.
are also stronger than me, actually. So yeah, I didn't think about that.
But I
I'm
mean, I
dead.
think that's a good gift from us. I mean,
I mean, I could also make a third one for someone else, but I don't know if
I mean, if
that's
you just want to give him something,
necessarily.
if you did want to give him something nice to remind us by, then you can do that as well. I'm not gonna. I don't think that's a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Okay. I think we should
Wait.
try it by hand first, and then if that doesn't work, I'll just go straight for the I'll ask a platinum dragon for help doing it.
I mean, I can give you. I mean, I can. I mean, we can always give you an. You can do the enhanced ability thing, and I can give you guidance as well if needed. And then I actually rolled a plus on my d20, so I can give you a bonus with Cosmic Omen as well.
Should we do this outside of the?
Yeah, I'm assuming you won't need to
Probably.
do this at an actual forge, right?
Yeah. Well, I can use my smith tools, but a forge would definitely help. There's got to be some in a mining town.
Oh yeah, we can ask the guard captain.
Let's
Well,
onward to Captain Francis. Captain
Doot-doot-doot.
Francis.
Do-do-do-do.
So you guys are looking for a forge?
Hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Sure, easy enough. But it's really late. It's getting to pretty much be late. So
Mm.
hop to it.
Let's
He's
go.
just gonna stack all the buffs you have on him.
Can I do an investigation check to look for a forge?
No, I think if you just ask,
I
we'll
think
find
we're
it.
out of
Okay, we'll just
forge.
do that then.
We
Yeah.
asked Captain Francis, and he goes, "Yeah, there's
I'm-
one right across the street."
Does that work? Okay.
I don't know how you
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
see it.
yeah, I'm bypassing my laws, so
I will help you with whatever. I have tools and all that fun stuff.
I'll take
I'll give you
my
guidance.
smith's tools and the silver walking cane that I have that's inside of the
I
bag.
guess one of you should cast
Oh.
enhanced ability on Garbo.
Oh, I can
Well,
do
if
that.
he's helping me, I think that gives me the advantage already.
Then that,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He
no.
can use
Well,
the spell instead if he wants.
I'll give you guidance then and use my Cosmic Omen.
Okay.
Are those the same thing, or is it like two different dies? Guidance and Cosmic
well,
Omen.
Guidance
different
and
dice.
it's two different. It's a
Okay,
D4
I
and a
wasn't
D6.
sure. That's what I was asking.
It's a D4 and a D6.
efficiency. These special tools include the items and use percent. Let's see. Add your proficiency bonus to any ability check you make using tools in your craft. What check would that be plus my proficiency using the smithing?
and what again you're trying to do?
I'm making 2 goblets, basically, using some of this silver.
I think because of the intricacy, I'd probably call it a dexterity check. It's up to Joseph, of course, but
With your proficiency and all this stuff, just make a let me get something pulled up here.
I mean, I can focus on forming the goblets if maybe somebody more dexterous wanted to do the intricacies. That could be the way they help, maybe.
And we have spells to raw buff you as well. So
I could help
regardless.
with the intricacies if you'd like.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, why not? I don't want to
I
waste
think
more
you're the
time
most.
on it.
What do
I
you,
think
what do you
you're the
want
most
me to roll?
dexterous.
Do you want me to roll anything?
That's what I was waiting on, was for the DM to tell me what to roll.
Ah!
So we'll do this. Garbu, you roll a strength check. This is you actually forging, and you should have all of your stuff added onto it. And then Clarence, for you to add stuff to it, yeah, just make a dex.
Dang.
Dex.
That's also +3, so 13 total.
And then you get both of you can add a d6 and Garbu can add a d4.
Mine would be a 14 with my proficiency.
So 13 plus 7, 20 total for the actual
Mm.
forging.
And Clarence, you can add a d6 to yours as well.
D6, you said?
Mhm.
Wow.
17.
So 20.
Okay.
Not bad.
So
20 both.
17 for the
Good.
pattern and 20 for the forging.
with
20 for the. I get my proficiency too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So 20
Just
for
double 20s.
Yeah.
with Elise focusing
it's of at least
on
good quality.
yeah, with her focusing behind you guys, just trying to keep track and make sure like you guys are doing the best that you can do at times where it looks like you might need just a little bit of assistance. You guys managed to pull off 2 goblets with and you said you were using some of the gems or one of the gems?
No, I think we canceled the gems, just stick to the silver. I don't know if it uses the whole cane or part of it, but that's up to you.
I mean, you can
It was
make
like
you
I think you
can.
said it was like a Goliath-sized cane or something.
It was. I'll say if you want to really make them like just good quality stuff, like you could use it all. If not,
I'll use it all.
because it would be just like a little bit left.
I think I bought it for like 5 gold. I'll use the whole thing. It wasn't expensive, and I plan to use it for raw material anyways.
Okay.
I have nothing else to make out of silver. Silver isn't exactly the strongest metal, right?
No.
Well,
Ducked it.
So, but did a really good job.
Who wants to present them, I guess?
I mean, you're the one
You.
who made them.
you're the creator. You should present.
Get it.
Okay. Thank you for the help and everything.
You're welcome.
So,
I didn't really help much.
Emotional support.
Yes.
Sometimes that's the most important support.
so as we move to the next day, yeah. So as we move to the next day, let's see here. As the day comes, and you all take your positions, as everything is so far being set up, people are coming, gathering. There's definitely a huge crowd of people, but they are being kept out by most of the guards. And there's, if anybody's of royalty, any high status people, they're the ones who are more of sitting during this part. You guys taking your positions, which it's a light mist cloudy day, so you don't have to necessarily worry about the sun just beating down on you guys.
Lord Bell, may I cast something on you?
What is it that you're going to cast, little one?
a warding bond that would allow me to take half of the damage that you would be taking in case anything happens?
Why not?
Eats a bad chicken wing. It just chokes him a little bit. Takes damage from that.
I take the choking.
You
Oh
you
my
just
God.
you just start taking damage because he's so unhealthy. I'm just kidding.
Roll con save.
I
Roll con
feel
save,
the
roll con
weight.
save. Like every minute, roll con save.
he like stands over like I could do jumping jacks.
Oh.
I just get crushed under the weight.
So as you guys are taking your positions, you can see a mom as he's up there, waiting, and as Lady Kaya comes out, and they are starting the process of the ceremony. Um, so facing the direction, right? You got Master Bell, Saphras is on his right, and the two other maids standing on their left. Who is standing where? I know at least you're up high, so I'm not worried about you. I mean, you could have somebody on the side, somebody in the front, behind them.
Why don't we have? Let's see. Clarence, why don't you stand behind them? I'll stand to the side, and Garbo stands in front.
I can do that.
You know what? And they'll
I'll-
all be able to see over me very easily because I'm very short. Makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense.
I want to hold an action to summon Clarence. Or
Clarence.
Clarence.
You're gonna summon your. You're gonna
Clarence.
summon yourself.
Yeah, get in here.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Just in case something happened, it's just coming out as protector.
Okay.
immediately pull.
And who was
Simulacrum?
who was on the side again?
Great.
What side?
Probably outside now.
So
Probably the aisle.
Like the outside, I think more like the outside, because if they would come from anywhere, they would come from the outside.
yeah, so I'd be on the outside,
Okay.
which would be the two on the left, right? That'd be the left, lean towards the outside more. I believe, right?
You're standing pretty much next to Sepharis.
Okay.
Because she, I want to move them. I want to switch them. You're standing next to the two maids who are put a little bit more on the outside part.
Okay.
So, as this is all going on, you guys just standing pose, keeping an eye, doing the best you guys can. Clarence, you see kind of like something looks like it's catching your attention to your right, and you see Axel, and he's just like, Clarence. And there's like a guard that like stares at him, and so like he's trying to not to make any noise, but like tries to get your attention.
Like, how, from where I am I close to any of my friends at all? Because the way they described it, I'm not. I don't think.
So if you're behind the group, you're like, you're somewhere between 3 to 5 feet behind them, right? And then eighth is about diagonal-ish, about maybe 10 feet to your right. Diagonal.
The way I picture it is like you have like Lord Bell, and then you have like
Sepharis.
Sepharis,
With that being said, I'm just gonna
and the other two, and then you have like Garbu up here, and probably like Clarence back here, and then eighth on one of the two sides.
I'm gonna lean up to eighth and be like, I'm gonna go talk to Axel. He's trying to get my attention, and then try to like sneakily get over there. Do I need to roll a stealth check or something?
Actually, yes.
Oh boy!
What? What are you doing?
Just cover me. Stealth. Well. Hey!
So while this is going on, while the priest is doing the ceremony part, and they're kind of doing their moment, you kind of already being low kind of helps just slowly navigate your way over. Uh, and you get just a little bit where you're not directly like in front of Axel, but like you can kind of, if they were to loud whisper, and uh, you kind of look at him at his face, and he's covering his mouth, and he's just trying to mumble a word. If you can make a perception check.
Oh no.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Nice.
At first, you thought he was calling you an ass, but then you kind of like take back for a second, and then you look again. There's two asses, assassins, and he's trying to warn you that there is an assassin.
Everybody get down! There's an assassin! Just immediately screaming it, and I'm casting Terrence's up, pulsing on.
He got the dumbest. He got the worst one to tell.
Oh my god!
Look, do you want me to lie? That's what Clarence would do.
I mean, I am.
Okay,
in
so-
for it.
So you just yell.
And I'm summoning Terrence, and it's pulsing.
Okay.
Oh my god!
So you yell this. Everybody stops and looks at you. Bell, you can't even. Bell kind of has like a little bit of a cover thing, so you can't really see his face, but you could kind of tell he looks like he's looking. You could see Safara's that she's like leaning back, like shooting fucking daggers. Almost like
Not an AM.
it's not even, it's not even daggers anymore. It's like heat vision that she is casting in your direction.
Oh
So
my
I
god!
am-
It's
I
Do
am
not
I
an
actually-
AM.
see an assassin anywhere?
I am also instantly looking for anyone who is
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Do
me
I
too.
see an
Me
assassin?
too.
Everybody can make perception checks.
Would I make
As-
survival?
Stand
okay.
or do I even know?
Yeah,
Guidance.
you anytime perception for you is always survival.
Okay.
D4.
I want the
six.
other one.
Oh, 29.
She can see God.
20.
No, that's
So-
a 30, Bryce. She's
Oh,
not quite that close yet.
Yeah.
She can see God.
Like at least instantly looking for
You can
anyone
see
who
the
looks.
outline of his toenails.
I
So
use Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision. Like
So as Clarence yells this, and everybody's like, it drop dead silence, and those guards who kind of like looking, even the guard that's kind of like close to you, and he's like, "What?" As they're all like slowly drawing their blades, looking about. The crowd is definitely
Oh my god.
getting that panic to where they all like draw their blades, and they're like trying to get the crowds to like stop and calm down.
Can I point towards the largest section of panicking crowd and cast Calm Emotions?
Yeah.
Kind of help
As
keep
that's
things from just turning into a rush the door scenario where people get crushed to death.
well, you all are outside, so
Oh,
Well, shot to trample or a riot.
as all of this is kind of happening as well, and you guys are looking out and about.
I'll make sure none of our group is caught within Calm Emotions either, because I don't want us to be stuck being like, yeah, everything's cool. As
It's
like,
cool,
people
man.
are
Just
dying.
Do your
Yeah.
thing. We'll be
You
here.
Go. You
Um,
go, okay? You express yourself by killing that guy right there.
Let me. Oh, ow. Sorry, wrong things. Let me see.
Also, it turns out Axel was just asking for assistance, but Clarence just
Yeah.
couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hey, I need your
Okay.
assist. He kind of
isn't
had
it
a
where like
slight stutter. A
you
slight
hate the fact that
stutter,
there's
so
a
he-
fucking druid with fucking so much perception. You're like, fuck off, druid with perception. I'm on my stealthy boy to be stealthy. Get the fuck out of here.
So. Okay.
We all rolled pretty well on our perception,
There
especially the druid.
is one of the uh one of the other, I guess you could, I'm going to call them mercenaries to showcase like what you guys are acting at this moment as mercenaries guarding somebody specific. There's other people that are guarding other people specific, and uh everybody, it's kind of like they, as well as they're like, having their blade slightly drawn out, like waiting to see what's happening. And while everybody's in this confusion of what's happening, at least you would start to see where in Aeth you wouldn't, just due to they're on the opposite side, so you wouldn't see them. Clarence, since you went further to the right to try to speak with Axel, you don't see him. Garbu, as you're kind of focused a little bit more of ahead as well, you can see where there is one person, as everybody is again kind of like getting into a defensive position, but they're not sure if, like, is this just somebody saying something to cause panic, or if there is like an assassin on the loose or something. And there's this one person who's like, he's backing up, his back's towards the ceremony, like to Amam and Kaya, and then just out of nowhere he quickly turns and just kind of dives, and he's trying to like stab
How far away from me? Out of curiosity.
again trying to stab Amam.
Yeah, I'm gonna also cast a spell at him.
Putting
far?
where I think you guys would be, give that a little bit of space, maybe about 10-ish. I'm going to say somewhere between possibly 20 to 30 feet-ish. With you, you're probably closer to maybe 20 feet, give or
I
take.
am?
Yeah, it's... With you being
I
placed in
will-
front of Master Bell, you're kind of like a little bit closer than compared to some of the others.
I will cast a hold person on him.
I will also cast Hold Person then.
Okay. Let's
Double
see.
hold
Double the hold.
on the person I see.
Wisdom saving throw.
He's very wise. He chose a career as being an assassin.
Let's see.
Got great benefits.
You also gonna cast yours at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, I see it at the same time, so you're both gonna like. I guess you hit like different the same spell, like words being cast at the same time, essentially.
Well, I think I'm under a tent, so you might not see me from the roof.
You wouldn't. No, you're not underneath the tent. It's only like, it's big enough to fit the group, but you were being put like,
Let's be honest, it's only big enough to fit Lord Bell.
it is.
But let's really be honest here.
Yeah, let's be honest.
It's fitting.
Yeah.
Like, he's letting his toes get. If there was sun out, like, they would be getting a little bit
You're
of a
getting
tan.
a little tan. Yeah.
I want to
His
make
tan line's
sure.
gonna be on his toes.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be so gross.
And okay, so yeah, let me roll this. Okay, cool. So as you see this, and he does his lunge, and you quickly go out to cast, he like
Paralyzed.
yeah. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't fuck it up either.
If he has
Do we
like
know
freedom
what's
of
going on
movement or
now
something-
that they've cast their spells on that guy?
No.
Okay.
This is like it's in the moment of chaos.
Sure.
This is like we are like essentially just casting a really like this essentially a reaction at the guy.
Like Secret Service.
Or it's
Okay.
more like the moment. It's
So-
more like I think both of us see him in time that we essentially get to cast our spells.
And it's kind of like as well, like it wasn't like he was making himself known as the person, but it was weird as he was backing up which away from his detail, and then it was just like when he felt like he got close, he turned and lunged. Okay, so you can see where it looks like it held as he goes. It's you feel like it connects, but you see as he's obviously flying through the air because he jumps because they're on like a little platform. A mom does get scraped, but like the guy kind of like lands like on his face, like you got him.
Could be poisoned.
I've prepared for that. I've prepared for that as well.
And so you can see a couple of guards like rush the little platform as they're trying to quickly get a hold of this guy and get him shackled up and all of this. And you can see on Imam's shoulder, not shoulder, but his arm, where a little bit of like blood is kind of trickling down on his clothing.
I will just make my way down, and I will just, as I'm going down, I'll send a message to, or I'll just say to Ayat and Clarence, you keep them safe. I'll take care of him.
Right.
I want to
And I
make
point
my
to
way
Bell.
to Mr.
Just-
Bell. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
saying
point
that
to
to
Mr. Bell.
Ethan Clarence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as
And I'll
you,
just-
I need to stay within Bell's range, but if
Yeah.
the spot where Amon is still within 60 feet of Bell, I will go towards it.
because I'm like I'll just run up to him and I will cast Lesser Restoration.
well, Garbo, are you doing anything? You're so much closer than Elise is.
Yeah.
I will approach, and the first thing I'd like to do is to look at him and see if I can tell if he's poisoned or not, or if it's just a cut.
Medicine check.
27.
Ooh.
So as you kind of come up and he's like, stupid bastard, but it looks like it's just a cut. I mean, sure, you can look at it. And he kind of allows you to look in, and as you kind of get up to it and you can see there
A little
does
monocle
appear
appears, and I kind of go Sherlock Holmes this for.
there does appear with a little bit of blood that's trickling down. There is one spot that almost looks like it's like a little bit of a black ooze kind of coming off a little.
I'll look for Elise and try and like flag her towards.
Yeah, I'm
us.
already on the way, and she's already like instantly gonna touch him and cast like in her turn and cast Lesser Restoration, removing poison.
I'll keep an eye out. I'm gonna keep an ear out for any more if there's another assassin.
Okay. So with that person coming from that detail was kind of quickly a little bit surrounded, and they're just, everybody's like trying to get calmed down, and stuff figured out.
Can I
And-
insight the crowd to see if there's anybody who looks more panicked and like not so much in the way that there's an assassin here, but in that the gig is up?
Make a perception check.
That would still be perception. 22. Being consistent at the wedding, I guess.
As you kind of just gazing at the crowd, you can see Axel as he's like trying to get the crowd to kind of calm down as well. You can see other guards there's an area that you cast that calm emotion on, so they're kind of a little bit relaxed, but they're like, still kind of like looking around. Guards are trying to keep the peace. You notice there does appear to be like in a bit of a windowsill with like the window slightly cracked open. You can see a bolt like just barely sticking out as it fires.
Can I tell where it's firing towards? With that?
Yes,
Or-
as it fires, it's not coming anywhere close to you or a mom as you're in that vicinity. You see it going a little bit closer to Master Bell's area. Clarence. As
Got-
this bolt just slashes you on the cheek as it barely misses you.
As a reaction, can I cast shield on him?
It's on yourself. Only yourself.
Yourself.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
only
on
myself?
yourself.
Well,
And,
Yeah,
and,
it's-
and, and
it-
the arrow shot at you. It's shot at you even.
Yeah, it
yeah,
hits your
hit
cheek.
me.
It didn't roll enough to physically hit you.
Okay,
So it's like it grazed your cheek as it misses.
Now
nice.
Clarence is poisoned as well.
Will be the
So
first
do
time
I-
I've had a
I mean, I
forward.
guess you can have your protected
Would
terrorist.
I'm gonna immediately cast Sanctuary on Mr. Bell.
I will
Okay.
probably be pointing towards the window and yelling there at this point if I've spotted
Would
them.
I would I have been able to tell where it's been shot? Can I try and go over rush
I
that
don't
way?
think. I think this is like one of those things that you physically.
How far is
Oh,
the window from me?
how would you know that if you're blind?
Unfortunately, Abe, you're at a disadvantage on this one.
Oh shit.
The windowsill that you're asking about in terms of range, like it's a good bit. Like this area is open enough, and it's kind of like a little bit one of the more cleaner areas, because they wanted to have this ceremony in the city to allow the city to partake. That two houses are coming together, not have everything at one or the other. And so this area is decently big. So I'm not saying like, it's 50 yards from one like building to another, but it's a little bit of an open area. So it's not close to you by any means.
60 feet, 100 feet.
I'm gonna probably just go around.
I'm up on the stage at the moment where I just came to check on him on.
I'm gonna put it around like close to 200 feet.
Okay. I will begin running back towards Lord Bell.
Okay.
Now that Amon is taken care of.
Clarence, since this bolt kind of like grazed you and you turned back to see what like struck you, and with you being a somewhat archer as well, you kind of understand a little bit of the trajectory. Make a perception check.
Had a good one last. Oh, that's the same number. Holy crap!
I did point at the window and say there from the stage, but
I'm short and you're short.
True, but make a charisma.
he's behind Lord Bell and I'm up on stage, so
I don't
The-
think you would be.
yeah, I'm 2
Yeah,
feet tall
I don't
on
think-
stage. Yeah. There's no real way he saw me. He might have heard the there in the distance, but
I'm gonna say this, Clarence. You think you saw like some shade of blue in the windowsill as it disappears.
I remember a blue robe.
8 in the window of the house.
That doesn't help Ace at all. I don't
It-
think.
Doesn't
looks
it help
in the
me?
Come on,
direction.
man.
Ace looks in the direction of the house, but he can't even see it.
I want to look at Mr. Bell and be like, "Do you want me to make you invisible?"
As he's chuckling and he's just, you do what you think you need to do, little one. As Saphras is, this is no time for fucking games.
I haven't felt any damage yet, right?
No.
And I've stayed within the 60 feet of Mr. Bell.
I am going to cast invisibility on him.
Okay.
Sanctuary is not concentration, is it? Nope. Thank God.
It is.
It
It is.
Yeah.
Visibility is.
As
You don't have to. He's currently. I think you have Sanctuary on him, and then
Yeah, strength.
I also
Yeah,
have something
Sanctuary's on.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
okay,
say
good.
just keep.
And I won't cast invisibility. I'll just wait.
okay.
I guess.
Uh,
I mean,
You
I
also have your turret out, your
Yeah, do I
protection
need to
turret.
flex the turret roll here? I haven't done it yet.
No.
Can I? They tell me by the window. I would know where the window is, right?
There's plenty of windows.
Okay. You gotta be more specific on which window.
Does he not know what windows are?
It's blind, you
That's a
bitch.
good point. To him, does the vibration of a window feel much different than the vibration of the wall itself?
I know what windows are. It's just got.
Anyway.
I mean, he had eyes once upon a time.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, as all of this transpired, a couple of minutes go by, and everything is starting to die down. And die down. People start to get calmer. Nothing else has been happening. The party in question were already removed from the guard, or with the guards. They removed them just in case for questioning. Took the guy as well. With you guys' healing and remove poison.
I'll mend his shirt if it got damaged as well.
Easy enough. He is back to an easy point of standard. He's not poisoned. He's not dying rapidly of any sort of thing. Doesn't even look like anything happened. As everything dies down, a mom kind of gives like a little bit of a speech of trying to showcase that the bond that these two houses make could frighten others and kind of rally the people, and then they go on about the ceremony. Everything continues without a hitch. There's no more problems, no more issues. And then a little bit later, as everything's kind of like people are in like this, and it's not really the people anymore. There is celebrations kind of going on around town, but now Lord Amam and Lady Kaya are having like a feast in the House of Irons manor, and so you guys are kind of chaperoning the area, and Axel, who's able to kind of like get close to you again, Clarence, and he's like, that was fucking hectic as shit.
Great call out, man.
Yes. Great.
Yeah. You did a great job. I appreciate it.
As he puts his hand on your shoulder, he's like, I've been so busy, I forgot to tell you guys. That was another backup plan I had in case something went wrong.
Dang it.
I'm sorry, okay? I was being extremely fucking cautious.
You
He was
had
gonna have himself
an assassin to
assassinated.
kill Mr. Bell?
No. If I did not meet this guy at this time before the ceremony, he was to presume I had no longer control and was to kill, and he kind of elbowed me.
So you didn't have anything to do with the archer?
What archer?
Do you see the cut on my cheek?
Yeah, did you get that from something else?
No, that came from a guy trying to kill Mr. Bell, and he missed.
No, I have.
Oh, it might have been an assassin for me. I'm an idiot. Oh, I forgot.
He,
That's not out loud. That's not out loud.
Says that out loud, please. Please let Clarence say that out loud.
That's not allowed. Say it out loud. That would be more
Please.
better.
Come on.
Please.
Hold on, I think it's all.
That makes it so much better.
It's all fair if he rolls a d20, and if it's under 10, it was out loud.
Forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I have
Come
a
on.
contract on my head.
Come on.
Come
Just
on.
regular-
One,
Give me that
one,
one.
one,
One.
one.
It's
One,
probably
one,
a
one.
7.
Ah.
So
Ah.
he, Axel's just like, dude, the fuck.
Oh yeah, I have assassins and a belly demon. It's a long story. But like, yeah, you didn't hire a second one?
No, I only hired the first one because again, look, I didn't really tell you guys there wasn't a need because we kind of settled it, but if the duel was not won honorably, while we would have switched bodies, if any of us still died, you died. Like, you turned to ash. You can't come back. The goal was to have him killed if I was not myself anymore. Okay, look, pretty messed up. I know.
Look, I'm not gonna judge. I've never been in your position, but uh, yeah, can like I'm not gonna rat you out because like let's be real. Like at this point, it'd be like it's a misunderstanding, but you kind of fucked up here. Um, so okay. I'm gonna go let my friends know that the two assassins weren't connected. I'm
Um,
just probably not gonna tell them how.
you do that. I'm gonna
Okay. How about
go that way.
nothing else? No more
No,
assassins.
that's it.
Did you double check?
I'll be back.
Okay, okay. Let me know.
Oh my god! The fact that he has to say that.
There's like 25 assassins
For the next
just
month
waiting
straight.
like each day. Yeah, the entire rest of Amon's life, there's just like one assassin for each day that
Listen, hey.
was supposed to check in with Amon, but
I just got shot by a guy, and I think I like Axel more now than I did.
So, as he kind of goes a little bit out, you're able to locate anybody you're locating. Everybody's kind of scattered. None of y'all are next to each other. Every now and then one of you guys might be switching out. You like keep at least one of you guys is physically watching your boss and Safaris as they
I'll try
haven't
to stick within 60 feet as well.
as they haven't really left each other's side, and it's not like he's dancing, but he's kind of at a table doing his thing, eating the whole table. But Safaris is kind of doing a little bit of enjoying herself, but she's not too far either. So there's at least usually one of you guys physically watching them.
At some point, if I get the chance, I'll go up to Amon and I'll and be like, congratulations on everything. We as a group got you these, and I'll hold out the two goblets.
Thank you. And he takes them. He shows Kaya, and she's, thank you. This means a lot. You didn't have to do any of this.
You're welcome.
And as they kind of stack it to the side, and Amon just, is this something you want, like, decoration or like of use, or like, I don't, if
Oh.
it's
You can use them or use them for decorations. It was just a gift. Just kind of to remember us by, and also because you're getting married. I was going to make silverware, but I didn't know if you guys already had silverware. So I just made like novelty goblets, I guess.
there's somewhere behind a curtain, there's just people unloading tons of silverware that people just like brought them.
Hey, we know you don't have a lot of silverware, so we got you this thing.
Literally every wedding gift was silverware because they didn't make a registry.
So what
Everyone-
he does.
Forrest told us we didn't have to make anything was because they already got them silverware.
And 1 4
Could be
slot
worse.
toaster.
Well,
If
so
you
what
were-
he
you could
what
print
he
cupcakes and you could start cupcakes actually. So
what he does to kind of like showcase of he's happy with it. He takes this really nice decorative cup he's already drank and pours it into the goblet that you made him, and like stuck that one to the side and is using this one that to showcase.
I'll turn around and I'll just give Clarence 2 thumbs up wherever he is.
You don't see him at this point.
I'm just giving 2 thumbs up to some random guy in the crowd. Then, like,
hey, the guy's like the
Then I'll
most
walk away.
awkward.
just huge
Hey.
kobold toothy grin, just like a little like lizard, just smiling at him with 2 thumbs up.
So Clarence,
every-
who do you go to first?
I I will go to Elise first because she can see and she's responsible.
Sometimes.
No offense, I didn't mean
But
that.
she
in a
can
mean way.
see.
You're responsible, you just can't. You know,
Mm.
this is not discrimination. I'm just using logic.
Feels like it is.
Well, it's logical discrimination.
as eighth was the first one you got to, and he's like, "Nah, I need somebody I can see."
Hey, Elise.
Mm.
So, Axel kind of admitted something.
Uh-huh.
So he forgot. So the guy that was trying to kill Prince Amon was the guy that was supposed to try to kill Prince Amon. If Prince
Mhm.
Amon hadn't swapped bodies back, and then they killed each other in the duel, and then yeah, you get what I'm saying. Yet
Mm.
yeah, so the second guy had nothing to do with it. They're
Okay.
two
So
separate
is someone
assassins.
trying to? Okay, so someone is trying to kill you specifically.
I don't know. I was in the area of Mister.
I mean, I think it's. If it hit you that close, I don't think it was aimed at Mr. Bell because Mr. Bell's a pretty fucking hard target to miss. No offense.
Oh my god.
That's a point. That is a point.
somewhere
Good.
in the credits, I hear that.
Outside of game, what's his AC like 3?
-5.
Yeah.
he attracts. he attracts bullets and
Plus
arrows.
1, so it's only -4 now.
His
Yeah.
his AC is like 25 because of so much blubber he has. It takes a lot of slashes to get to him.
I think it's yeah.
Strong bell.
Anyway,
But the
I
more
mean,
you
that's just-
cut off, the less his armor goes away.
That's kind of cool. That would be a great idea. I got. Never
So-
mind.
Never
well, I
mind.
guess let's put it like this: we managed to stop it. It made us look good. You know, I think the more problematic thing is the second assassin. I think like the first assassin is just like we dealt with it, nothing happened, it's fine.
Yeah.
Of course, he's gonna have some plans in place. Let's just not mention it, but that assassin is problematic. The other one, like, do we have to watch over our shoulders all the time now?
If it's for me, I don't know. I don't know how to react.
Well, who would want to kill you?
He should know about the note, right? Because I had to show the note back
Yeah.
in the town. Okay,
Told us
so you
all,
do
yeah.
know that there are assassins following me specifically because I'm
Oh,
asking about my
Leroy,
dad.
Leroy is like such a long time ago. Leroy doesn't remember. What does?
No,
what does
yeah.
Elise remember?
It was something along the lines like if you keep looking, like it will come to an end.
Oh, so I mean people who probably fucked with your father, like are trying to get to you now.
Yeah, man.
All right, so next time we find one of those guys, we'll fuck his shit up, torture him to get information, and we'll see.
All right. Yeah. I mean, look, that's a plan. That's a good plan.
I mean, like you want to know where your father is, right?
I
I
do.
mean,
I do.
I mean,
it's a good
extreme
plan.
measures.
The T word was just not. Why can't we just cast spells on them until they tell us stuff? I guess that's torture. Never mind.
I mean,
Alright.
in a way, it's like whatever.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Semantics.
You're right.
We make him talk, her
Yeah,
talk,
no.
whoever they talk.
I agree. Should I tell the other guys, or do you want me to wait till later?
Ah, we can wait until later. It's fine. Like,
Okay.
just keep an eye out on that you don't get assassinated now, okay?
I'm going to go in the bathroom and come out a different person.
No, don't go to the bathroom because that's when they're gonna assassinate you.
Well, what if I have to poop?
Yeah, hold it in.
Hold it in.
I finally catch up to them. What are we talking about? Holding what?
Yeah,
poop.
if he needs to poop.
Well, he needs to poop. Why can't he go poop?
Great.
Well, if he goes poop, then
Leaving
he
the
needs
blind
to,
guy to watch all the
then,
areas.
then he needs a chaperone.
He needs a
If someone's
chap. I
trying
can
out to,
go with him.
yeah, because
We've lived
he needs,
together.
yeah, because if someone is out there to kill him, then you know, you can't leave him unattended as well.
I mean, is the bathroom within 60 feet of Lord Bell?
Well,
I
then he has
can't
to
go
hold.
with him.
Well, then he has to hold it.
Just some
just-
random guy walking past in the background just shakes his head and keeps walking. I can't go
I'll
with
just-
him then.
As Sepharis is dancing, she's like, "You wish it was in."
Well, I mean, let's
I
just
guess
keep.
we
Let's
just
just
wait
keep.
till Lord Bell goes to the bathroom and then I can go with you.
Is it Lord Bell or Mr. Bell?
Doesn't matter.
Master Bell, Lord Bell, Mr. Bell.
Depends on how you referencing. Sepharis and the other two maids reference him as Master. Right? They
Cargo is Lord Bell.
while him and Safara seem to have I guess you could say, a good deal in some sort of sense. I mean, again, who knows their type of relationship or anything. Um, they still reference him as Master, but everybody else would either say, Mr. Bell, or reference, if it's to you guys and they know who he is as well, like your boss.
Mr. Bill.
So he's not a lord by any chance.
Okay, that was kind of what I was just in it. Well,
Please, badass.
I'm gonna cast enhanced ability on myself, and I'm gonna give myself the Constitution one.
Hell yeah. Get more HP as well.
Hell yeah.
Woo! Oh, that gives me
Uh,
12.
That's max, I think. Yeah. You're a chunky boy now.
So, as the night continues on, everything does seem to be going without a problem. But what's the most interesting part is during the festivities and stuff, as a mom kind of starts to give a speech. He had his father arrested. And a couple of other
At least
people.
just stands there with an raised eyebrow. Like, what?
What?
There was a couple of other people, including the Lord, his father, that were arrested. But this was kind of done where there's not a lot of people left in. But they couldn't wait anymore, and they didn't go into details, but they are arresting them for like sabotaging the town. Nothing else was further said. As the night was about to come to a close, and you all were about to escort Master Bell to his room, a mom comes up to Aeth. He's just so. I know that was a lot, especially
What?
like very productive day, I'm sure. I just wanted to give you guys this. You can look it over later and reach out if you ever need to. Kind of gives a little bit further details of what that was and a proposition I have for you guys, if you want to take it.
I'll discuss it with the others. Yeah, it's sure it'd be interesting conversation for us to have.
All right.
Some of
Well,
us,
go ahead.
some of us have some things of our own to take care of.
Of
Sure.
course. And I wouldn't want this to be of a hindrance or anything. This is I guess I kind of said this in there as well. Just I'm trying to catch up on what was a little bit happening while I was away, and thought I would at least give you guys this, since I believe you all are leaving tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
So I wanted to make sure you all had this and just think it over.
Is there anyone else besides him and I talking in the area?
I mean, the party's really died down, especially after the arrest. Like you guys are legitly in the next like 5 minutes or something about to escort your party out.
Okay.
Did you do like a speech at some point during that party?
I think yeah, that was the speech when his father and a bunch of other people got arrested.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it go like that? Okay.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's like he didn't really do his speech during the festival when there was a lot of people. But when it kind of died down, people going home and stuff like that, and there was a little bit of a selective crowd, if you will, that is when he gave a toast and made like a little bit of a speech, and then during that speech, he announced these individuals to be arrested.
Is that
And
like above the him? And is there like sort of like is there like lanterns hanging or something like from like
yes, let
Oh, yeah.
me out.
it's a cat? Is there like lanterns hanging or something like above between the roofs or something?
Lanterns.
Yeah, like to shed light on the party and stuff.
Cauldrons, or
Uh, I would say more of just chandeliers. Like with the candles on them.
Yeah, sure. As in more like at least just needed something to target up there. I think when he starts giving his speech, he will cast because there's like a different version. It's not daylight; it's starlight. So I guess it's a different shade of colors. But she would just cast starlight on the chandelier above him to like make a more dramatic effect. I guess just because she can.
Okay.
Just for RP purposes, nothing in particular. But it's like just because I can.
Okay. Ayeth, were you about to say something?
yeah. This you can also look at us as your friend too. You and Axel.
Well, of
And
course. I mean, after everything, I would kind of hope so, but I I didn't have really a lot of time. I'll
no,
There's stuff I still, especially with what just happened, I got some stuff to clean up, but I would look forward to hearing back from you guys at least, just to make sure you all are doing okay.
of course. I don't feel like there's anybody standing really close by us as we're talking, right?
I mean, not like, they're like, right over your shoulder
Okay.
listening, no.
All right. Well, as we're talking, he's like, "Well, for people, I trust you, and I'm." He just takes a deep breath and he just slowly removes the glasses.
This entire time,
The entire time.
I'm so sorry that they make you
Sorry.
work like this.
They don't know.
Just give me a few
My
levels.
friends do. My friends know, but
Well, from what I've seen, you seem a bit capable, so good on you, I guess.
I understand. I'm not gonna say I was in a similar spot as you, but I understand the pain and being in a situation that you're not familiar with.
Well, just take that and chat with your companions, and there's no rush on this.
All right.
All
Just
right, and
slowly put the glasses back on.
he pats you on the shoulder. And he says, "Thank you again," and kind of goes and without further ado, everybody's pretty much escorted out. You guys escorted Master Bear to their room. Sepharis, she seems to have lightened up today, especially with the past few days. At least with you guys, she being a little bit more on the strict side. She thanks all of y'all for your work and great job today, and advise y'all that we'll be leaving early in the morning.
Insight check. Is she really okay?
Insight check.
She complimented us. That's very unusual.
To be fair, we've probably strengthened their bond to House Iron in
10.
some ways, but also destroyed it in others.
I mean,
It was more for
you
it
guess.
joked a little bit. It's like she's not mad at us. This is weird.
She's not smiling, but she's not like, shooting heat ray visions at anybody at this particular moment.
Listen, I'm blind, but I still feel that heat vision glare.
Best keep it out of your sights then.
As we're walking back to the room, we'll be like, man, whoever got them all that silverware, they really didn't need it.
So,
I told Amon.
Well, job well done, I suppose.
Oh, he also gave us this. I'll hold up the
It's the job contract, right?
contract thing.
Yeah.
I also told him, since you guys trusted him, I decided to show some trust to him as well. Yeah, he knows I'm
Okay.
fine.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't really have that planned out. A little bit.
I
And
just look at the paper. What does it say?
it
I
says,
don't know.
fuck
I
off
couldn't
and
read
get
it.
out of my city. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So,
It says specifically A. It fuck off and get out of the city, you blind fuck. What?
Wow, look at that.
I knew you were blind from the fucking beginning. It's a couple of like about 3 to 4 pages. So unless you want to like stand there
That's
and
the
read
most
it.
that's the most angry, hateful. Get the fuck out of my city, you blind fuck.
Yeah, it's like on each page. It's like 2 words.
Yep.
I guess Elite will take it. Oh, okay. It's quite a lot to read. I'll just go sit down and read it. I'll just go sit
Sure.
there with my paper.
So,
But-
pretty much it restates, thank you guys for what you did helping him out, even though none of you had any, oppositions to do so. There was nothing in it for you guys, and he doesn't know how much to really thank you for, again, for just getting all of this back in order. He says there's still a lot to talk about, but with just a very small amount of time. I went over the contract that my father had sent you guys about hunting this beast in terms of servitude for House Iron. I would like to make sure that is canceled or voided, but there could be a chance of exploration of almost the same matter, as that is still an interesting thing to see in our minds. We don't want to capture it. We would prefer not to kill it, but to study and see where this thing has came from. And I am going to try to fix some of the issues here in our mind system as well. And kind of like of a somewhat quick note towards the end is he will be establishing a kind of like a town militia, since both houses are coming together. They're going to try to establish a little bit of a town militia to be more for the people's side, and was just wanting you guys to be aware that Axel was to be in charge, or at least be in some sort of high command of that. So that maybe the people can have a voice from someone who understands their side. So, a bit of a pleasant message. So, anybody doing anything that night?
I mean, since we're leaving the next day, I think Elise would go look for Axel. Because he has like, I mean, I don't know, they're gonna come back soon anyway to town, but anyways, he wants to say something before she leaves.
He's pretty exhausted, but he's somewhat of awake to talk.
It's like she just like folds the page. Like she like, oh, I read sort of what your next job is gonna be. Well, your first job, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a lot to talk about it. It's not really. I don't like the militia. I'm not training soldiers, but I want to try to make this town a lot better.
Sounds like a good plan. Well, I hope that you find some fulfillment, I suppose.
We'll see. There's plenty of other talks going on. Sorry, I'm so tired. It's a long day for sure. But no, I look, I guess thank you for giving me a chance, something I haven't had. Um I've been I've been trying to put as much as I can into it to show that I'm trusting. Because if it breaks, I break.
Yeah,
So
just make the most out of it. I mean, I'm glad I listened instead of just taking the easy way out, I suppose.
well, I mean, sure, if you took the easy way out, I think both of us would have been dead. When I say both of us, me and a mom. So
Mm. Yeah, no, but I just hope things turned up for you. I mean, we all have our stories, I suppose. And I guess I just hope that yours turns out for the better now. We'll see where we end up quite sure you probably hear of our stupidity at some point.
we'll try to make do with what we can. Um, but thank you.
And then she like puts her hand on his shoulder as she leaves. Just make the most out of it, okay?
All right.
See you around. And she like leaves and closes the door behind her. And eat into bed.
Anybody else?
Sleep.
Fantastic. So, as everybody falls asleep on a exhaustion day, wake back up on the 18th. You all had the wagons and horses ready to go. As you all are waiting for your entourage to arrive, the escorts that are coming out, with, and I would assume one of you guys probably as well would have went and told them like, hey, everything's ready whenever you guys are. As everybody, some guards and one of you guys escort escort the payload out. Of
That's sizable.
of
Same order as what we came on.
yes.
Yep.
The
So finish with every
only
front.
difference is the if you remember, it was Master Bell, Safaris, the two wagons, and then the two maids. I think actually it was Safaris, a maid, then two wagons, and then the other maid. That
Paris
first
is in a
that first maid that's right under Safaris is no longer with you guys. She does not show up. But there is what appears to be a new maid that has taken her position. The second maid has now went up.
The one with brown hair.
Yes. And then now there is a new maid taking the bottom position.
I'm gonna elbow Garbu and go. Do you think he ate her?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thought. Not gonna lie.
But
Sh- sh- can I ask him?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Based on Sephiroth's reaction when I just asked if we should give um Amon a wedding gift, probably not.
I was gonna ask him, not her.
Let's just
Still
let's just get on
probably
with it.
not.
Don't ask questions. Let's just keep going.
All right.
so everybody loads up the proper way. Nobody says anything about this other person. Nobody.
Is she on the second? What? She's on the wagon with
Mine?
Belle, right? With me.
Yes, the one that was with you is now the brown-haired maid, while there is now this new one. She is a kind of like a little bit of a blondish hair, but she is a, oh god,
Was it Lothra or was it Zhao?
Zhao, I believe, was the
Zhao is the one with black hair,
yeah.
and Lothra was the one with brown hair.
Zhao
Yeah.
is the one that's no longer there.
Okay, Zhao is gone.
Yes.
Belle's gone.
I went deep in the notes to find that.
Very surprising that that is even there to begin with. But you see a blonde hair half elf as she goes and takes the position of Sephiroth's wagon. So, you all
Can I cast Sending?
sure?
I'll cast to Zhao, and I'll just be like, "This is Garbu, are you okay?"
Doesn't go through.
She's dead.
Oh!
Oh
my
my
god!
god, he
Clarence,
ate her,
I
dude.
just turned to Clarence and I
Did
say,
he?
"Dead."
Wait, whoa. How do you, whoa. Hold
Tried
on,
to
whoa.
message her, she's dead.
Whoa. Like,
Don't overreact, don't overreact, don't look.
Wait, what
We
do you
don't
mean
want to get
don't
you.
overreact?
As
She was there yesterday.
Aeth, you have no idea why Garbu and Clarence hasn't started moving yet.
No, we were moving when I cast Sending. I just did it while we
Okay.
were moving. Then I was like, she's dead.
Okay, so
But you can see us panicking on the cart in front of him.
Yeah.
We
so
can't see.
you
Well,
guys,
yeah, no, he can't. He can just barely like sense the back of our cart because he just has to ride our bumper.
you guys being escorted out with some of the guards as well. But you all make it out of the city or out of the town and on your way to Crisport, your final destination. So,
Keeping watch, a lookout.
we will end it there
Oh!
as you guys enter Crisport next session.
Yay. We did it.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and move
Oh
you
my
guys.
god!
He's got a
He's
taste
dead.
for
She's dead. She's dead.
So,
he ate her.
Dead.
you guys did exceptionally well. I'm actually surprised. So that was really cool. See how that comes up next time.
Careful.
I've really enjoyed the last 2 sessions. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back too. It's
Mm.
y'all guys are just fucking chaotic. You're pulling out punches left and right. Okay. So, as always, new year, new everything. But the same old, I'm not going to upload anything until I have like 5 of them and then upload them all at the same time. So, yes.
Yeah.
But other than that, thank you everybody for coming out and watching. I'm having a blast. Everybody seems to be having a blast, so that's great. Hope you guys are having a blast too. So, as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.